This broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 1 minute. This broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
He's going to take it himself for a championship! A double play, Williamson for great. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKinnon's on touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Williamson wins it. The championship.
This broadcast is a production of the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Good evening and welcome back to Hiller Field for a second straight week here on the WJPA Sports Network. And for a second straight week, 2 Big Six unbeaten teams square off. Tonight, it's the Chartiers Valley Colts and the host Trinity Hillers. Hello, everyone. From North Franklin Township, I'm Bob Gregg, along with Jack Sacco, our floor director, Jason Tennant, here in the booth. Brett Gambita and Joey Cipoletti are working the cameras tonight. Bill Chapo, at the moment, producing in our downtown Washington studios. The Colts come in having already clinched a winning record, something that's happened at Chartiers Valley only once in the last 15 seasons. And the Hillers roll in, having shut down the longtime king of the Big Six, Thomas Jefferson, rallying from a 22-7 halftime deficit to beat the Jags 33-22 last week. The winner of tonight's game sits on top of the league standings with just 2 weeks left to play. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network is brought to you in part by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. By First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, people you know, people you can trust. By Curtis Pharmacy in Washington, Claysville, Connellsville, Carmichaels, and online at curtispharmacy.com. By the Chambers Insurance Agency, your third-generation independent insurance agency in downtown Washington, online at chambersinsurance.com. By Freedom Transit, take the bus and skip the hassle. Log on freedom-transit.org for details. By Washington County Human Services, take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. By Bud Bear GMC, Buick, and Bud Bear Subaru on Route 19 South in Washington, home of the Bud Bear Cares Rewards Program. Chartiers Valley and Trinity tonight on WJPA, also brought to you by Slovenian Savings and Loan. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. By CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. By the Day Insurance Agency on East Maiden Street in Washington, on Main Street in Hickory, online at dayinsurance.com, celebrating more than a half-century of service. By Waynesburg University, come grow with us at Waynesburg University. By Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. By Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. By Calusi Chevrolet, right off the Bridgeville exit of I-79. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. By RTI Insurance Services, proud to support area athletes, families, and communities. Log on trustrti.com. By Quality Quick Printing, your Team Spirit printing headquarters since 1978. Online at qualquick.com. And by Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care in the comfort of home. sunnydaysinhomecare.com. Coach's Corner coming your way in a few minutes, but right after the break, Jack will take a look at the highlights of Week 6 action for Washington and Greene County teams. That's when our pregame show continues here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Working overtime on your business needs? With First Federal of Greene County's Commercial Lending Department, your next step is closer than you think. From real estate secured purchases to refinancing, your loan starts and stays here. And now First Federal is offering business basic checking, business statement savings, and merchant services. First Federal will help you take care of business. For more information, visit online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy. We don't sign every insurance contract out there. We don't participate in every network. And what we've come to realize is if we take our invoice cost on generic drugs at a fair dispense fee, we can save you money depending on the medication. No insurance, no middlemen. You have a prescription, you pay us, you're done. If you take generic drugs, this program's for you. Go to our website at curtispharmacy.com, click the Dare to Compare link, and feel free to look up your medication, see how much we could save you.
I'm Evan Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. You can't turn on the TV or scroll through social media without being bombarded by insurance commercials. They're everywhere, even on the radio. Low rates, big savings. We'll insure your pet iguana. Okay, maybe not the iguana. Sadly, many times you're not saving money. You're just getting your coverage slashed. By the time there's a claim, it's too late to see you've been duped. At Chambers Insurance, our goal is to improve your coverage and get you savings. We're local, family-owned, and we'll work with you to find the right coverage. Chambers Insurance, since 1953.
Welcome back to our pregame show ahead of tonight's Big Six battle for first place between Chartiers Valley and Trinity. Let's take a look at last week's action around the area. Cannon McMillan improved to 2-1 in the 6A Quad County with a 33-29 home win against Seneca Valley. The Big Macs scored twice in the final 8 minutes to get the win. TJ Sabatucci scored twice, and Braylon Wingfield had a 46-yard run in the fourth, gave Cannon McMillan the win, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Peters Township stands atop the Allegheny 6 Conference after moving to 7-0 with a 21-10 win over Moon. The Indians were shut out in the first half, but scored on 2 passing touchdowns from Nolan DeLucia and a Cole Newpaver 1-yard run. Trinity trailed 22-7 at the half, but the Hillers defense slammed the door on Thomas Jefferson, rallying for a 33-22 homecoming win over the Jaguars. Owen Gardner scored twice, including an interception in the end zone, with TJ set up at its own 1-yard line to put the game out of reach. Jonah Williamson threw for 2 scores and ran for another to keep Trinity unbeaten in conference play. Ringgold stayed in the playoff race with a 47-7 win against Laurel Highlands. Amani Ward ran for 187 yards and scored 3 times, a 15-yard run, a 17-yard reception from Dennis Hawkins, and a 50-yard pick 6. Hopewell scored 21 points in each of the first 2 quarters, rolling to a 63-0 win over McGuffey, the Highlanders' 17th straight loss. Nasir Wade ran a punt back 68 yards for 1 score, then added a 76-yard pass reception from James Armstrong for another. Armstrong threw 4 touchdown passes in the win for Hopewell. Wash High rolled Keystone Oaks 55-0 to stay unbeaten in the Century Conference. Tristan Reed contributed to 4 scores with 3 rushing touchdowns and another through the air to Caleb Patton. The Little Prexies added scores from Javon Woods and Trenton Grooms on the ground. Jaquay Heyman ran back a 76-yard pick 6, and Mackay Wise had a scoop and score for Wash High. Waynesburg got back on the winning track, winning at Carlinton 36-6. Zach Giblets and Rowan Tustin each ran for 2 touchdowns, and Jack Rucchetti's interception return touchdown triggered a running clock. In a non-conference game, Charleroi lost at Ligonier Valley 67-13. Braden Tadaro and Devin Austin scored for the Cougars, who allowed 34 points in the second quarter. Fort Cherry rolled at Cornell 56-20. Matt Sigg ran for 3 touchdowns. Ryan Huey ran for 2 and threw a touchdown pass, and Eli Salvini added a pair of touchdown runs. Sigg ran for 214 yards on the night, while Salvini and Huey each added 120-plus to the Rangers' ground game. Trailing 18-12 early in the fourth, Aaron Walsh returned a kickoff 98 yards to tie the game, and Chartiers Houston scored 3 more times in a 37-18 win at Monessen, keeping the Bucks in control of their playoff destiny. Walsh threw 3 touchdown passes and ran for another score in the win. Burgettstown fell 34-7 in its non-conference matchup with Neshannock. Brady Reitweiser's 51-yard run opened the scoring for the Blue Devils, but the Lancers rolled from there, led by Gino Mazzioccio's 2 rushing touchdowns and a scoring pass from Brady Frasso. Each of the Tri-County South's top 4 teams won last week, leaving a 2-game gap between the top 4 and the rest of the league. Deacon DeHoot caught 3 scoring passes from Triton Farabee to lead Jeff Morgan past Beth Center 37-19. Farabee also ran for 2 scores in the win. California rolled to a 50-0 win at Carmichael's as Malachi Peak ran for 3 scores for the Trojans in the effort. Avella and Bentworth kept pace, just 1 game back of the leaders. The Eagles beat Mapletown 48-14. Noah Kimberlin scored 3 times, including a pair of 60-plus yard runs. Bryce Wright and Chaz Rush scored rushing touchdowns before Luca Davis triggered the running clock with a pair of third-quarter scoring runs. Ashton Walker ran for 1 score and passed for another, trying to keep the Maples in the game. Bentworth blanked West Green 42-0. Ben Hayes scored 5 touchdowns, including an interception return and a punt return. Ty Watson threw a pair of touchdown passes for the Bearcats. Coach's Corner is up next. Chartiers Valley's Steve Spence is up first, then Trinity's Dan Canals when our pregame show continues on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's bus routes service the Washington and Canonsburg areas and extend into downtown Pittsburgh, McDonald, and Monongahela. Children 11 and younger ride free, and seniors 65 and older receive free bus fares on fixed route service. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards, also available at the Washington Transit Center. Freedom Transit, connecting people who live, work, learn, and play in Washington County and surrounding areas.
Friday Night Lights brings our communities together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm County Commissioner Nick Sherman, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential hotline today at 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a strong future for Washington County. 724-228-1234.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Bear GMC. We are professional grade. 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Edition Crew Cab with a Turbo Max engine. Total savings 20% below MSRP, a value of $12,031.
Savings include $5,431 average finance savings with 0% financing for well-qualified buyers. $3,500 owner loyalty for current eligible Buick and GMC owners and lessees. $1,350 engine credit and $1,750 bonus cash.
BudBearGM.com.
Slovenian Savings and Loan is here for your life, your future, and your dreams. While life's pace seems to get faster and faster, Slovenian Savings and Loan still stands by its traditional values of honesty, integrity, and building personal relationships. Enjoy all modern conveniences to make banking easy, combined with a down-to-earth, face-to-face way of doing business. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Here in Coach's Corner, I'm with Chartiers Valley head coach Steve Spence. First of all, Steve, we've been doing these interviews and discussions for years in the time you were at W&J. Why the decision to go to high school?
I was there for 15 years, and I've always considered that home. That's where I learned to coach, and, I grew up there, and still have all my friends there. But I just felt, after 15 years, it was time for a change, and I kind of wanted to challenge myself. And this opportunity came open. I live near the school, and just thought it was the right time to make a move.
It's been a long time since Trinity's won a section title. Been a long time since Chartiers Valley's won a section title in football. How big is this game for you guys?
It's a big game, and we're excited and thankful, to be here. And our kids did everything right since January to put themselves in this position to be here. They've earned it every step of the way, as Trinity has also, playing a brutal schedule, but coming up big when they needed to. And it's just a great atmosphere and a great night for football.
Both teams, to be in this position, had to overcome struggles a week ago. You guys took advantage of some Bell Vernon mistakes. Trinity overcame some mistakes of their own just to get here.
Absolutely. Our game, by no means did we play perfectly against Bell Vernon. We have to clean up what we did defensively. And offensively we started very slow, but started to click in the second half. We can't do that tonight. We have to start fast and obviously have to contain, their offense with the weapons they have. As far as their game with TJ, I think once Trinity kind of settled in and same thing, clean up some of their mistakes, they dominated that game. They're, again, a very, very good football team.
First of all, what do you want to do offensively?
Our goal every week is we really stay balanced. We want to, not really zone in too much, running the ball or passing the ball, just try and keep our opponents off balance every week, take what they give us, and obviously don't turn the football over.
Week after week, we hear that Jonah Williamson has to be your defensive focus. Do you try to contain him or shut everybody else? I
think you have to contain him. I don't think you can stop him. I think he's going to make plays. There's no question about it. One of the best quarterbacks in Whitfield, hands down. So he's going to make his plays, and he has weapons around him. But we have to do our best to make sure that those guys don't run wild tonight.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Chartiers Valley head coach Steve Spence. More on our pregame show when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV. My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Radio and TV today are cluttered with ads for car insurance. You might find these ads clever, funny, or even annoying. Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency. We like to keep things simple. We will give you the best possible coverage at the best possible price with great hometown service without all those gimmicks. Call us to get a free no-obligation quote with Erie Insurance. You might be surprised how much you can save. That's the Day Insurance Agency, 724-228-3448, or online at dayinsurance.com.
Touchdown, Waynesburg!
Ever wanted to work behind the scenes of a sports broadcast? Waynesburg University's Department of Communication gives you the opportunity to do just that. Our students produce the show, call the action, and tell the story as it happens. Or get involved in the sports information side, taking stats, PA announcing, and delivering the results to a growing sports audience. The Waynesburg University Department of Communication is waiting to hear from you. So what are you waiting for?
For more information, visit waynesburg.edu.
Here in Coach's Corner with Trinity head coach Dan Canals. Dan, first of all, look back at last week's win against Thomas Jefferson. Down big at the half, and then a great defensive effort in the second half, and the offense found a way to get it in enough to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, we made some adjustments at half. Offensively, we knew we could do what we needed to do. We had 3 turnovers and a couple muffed punt attempts, which really hurt us. Defensively, we made a couple tweaks, and the kids responded. We were very calm and confident at half, and we said we're going to get a stop and a score and it's game on. And as soon as that happened, you could just tell they knew.
The mistakes that your guys made in the first half, similar to what Bell Vernon did in their first half against Chartiers Valley, and CV took advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a 96-yard return, it's a 14-point swing, and we show the kids things like that, and you emphasize it through the week. Those are the things that equate to losing football. So no matter how many yards you have, it doesn't matter. You got to punch it in and take care of the ball.
You're both on top of this section at 2-0 and in the driver's seat for the winner of this game. How big is this?
It's a big game. We know it is. They should be big games in the middle of October, and we're excited about the challenge.
All right, talk about what you've seen from CV's offense. What troubles you?
Very athletic, very dynamic. They spread the ball around. They have big play capabilities on every play, and so we got to be buttoned up.
What do you have to do to win?
We got to take care of the ball, eliminate big plays, create big plays, and dominate the line of scrimmage.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Trinity head coach Dan Canals. More on our pregame show here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits, and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one of a kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
You can buy and service with confidence at Calusi Chevrolet, knowing we've been in business since 1918.
With hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock, and with one of the largest commercial truck departments in the Pittsburgh area, we're sure to have exactly what you're looking for.
And with our award-winning service, parts, and collision departments, we can meet all your automotive needs.
We're easy to find, located just off I-79 at the Bridgeville South Fayette exit. Check us out online at calusi.com.
Welcome back to our pregame show ahead of the Big Six First Place Showdown here on WJPA FM and the WJPA Sports Network. Thanks to both head coaches for chatting with us ahead of kickoff. After tonight, just 2 weeks remain in the WPIL regular season. Here at pregame, we're going to take a look at schedule and a peek at standings in each of the conferences involving teams in the Washington-Greene County area. If the playoffs started tonight, Canon-McMillan would be in the 6A bracket, but the Big Macs still have to play both Central Catholic and North Allegheny, the league leaders. That starts tonight in Wexford. Peters Township is 7-0, alone atop the Allegheny 6 standings. The Indians travel to South Fayette. Trinity shares the Big 6 lead with Chartiers Valley, where 2 teams will get an automatic bid to the tournament. Hiller's 4 losses in the first 5 weeks make a wild card very questionable, though last week's win over Thomas Jefferson certainly a nice feather in the cap. Trinity still has games at Laurel Highlands and at Bell Vernon remaining. Chartiers Valley in much better shape for a wild card, already winning 6 times, but the Colts face the dawning closing schedule, hosting both Thomas Jefferson and Ringgold. The Rams are tied for 3rd in the Big 6 with Thomas Jefferson heading into tonight's matchup at Pleasant Hills. The winner in good shape for an at-large invite. The loser, not so much. McGuffey has lost 17 straight games dating back to the 2023 WPIL quarterfinals. The Highlanders cannot make the playoffs. Wash High is 6-1 overall, unbeaten in Century Conference play, and the Little Prexies have games with Charleroi and Carleton before heading to Dormont Stadium on the final night of the season. That will likely decide the conference championship. Waynesburg, currently a game and a half back of Keystone Oaks for 3rd place in the final automatic bid to the playoffs out of the Century. The 2 teams meet tonight at Dormont Stadium and on greensports.net. If the Raiders win, they'll likely finish on a 4-game winning streak. Charleroi would have to win out against Wash High, Waynesburg, and Carleton and get help to qualify. Over to 1A, first of all in the Black Hills. Fort Cherry hosts Bishop Canevin tonight. The winner likely to claim the Black Hills Conference title. Chartiers Houston sits in a tie for 3rd with Cornell, and those 2 meet in Coriopolis next week, with the winner likely punching its playoff ticket. Burgettstown's lost 5 in a row and would have to win out, including beating Bishop Canevin on the season's final night, and that might still not be enough for the Blue Devils. Finally, in the Tri-County South, California and Jeff Morgan are both 4-0 in the league. They meet at Jefferson in Week 9. Bentworth and Avella are tied for 3rd at 3-1, each losing to California, both having still to play Jeff Morgan, then play each other in Week 9. Whichever finishes 4th certainly will be in strong consideration for one of 4 Class A wildcard invites. Bentworth hosts Jefferson tonight. That's our other feature game here on the WJPA Sports Network. Avella home to Carmichael's before going to Jeff Morgan next week. There's a 2-game gap back to Best Center and West Green, then another game between those 2 and Carmichael's and Mapletown. None of those 4 have any real playoff path still open. A year ago when the Hillers and Colts squared off, Nico Morrow ran for over 350 yards and 5 touchdowns, leading Trinity to a 49-21 win at CV, the first of 3 straight victories that put the Hillers in the playoffs. Owen Gardner added another 100-plus on the ground for the Trinity. Luke Miranda threw a pair of touchdown passes, 73 yards with Julius Best and an 8-yarder to Owen Wiegraff, and Tayshawn Lewis scored on an 11-yard run for the Colts. All of those CV names that I just mentioned, all still playing for Chartiers Valley. We're just minutes away from kickoff, the Big 6 Conference's last 2 unbeaten teams. Trinity hosting Chartiers Valley. We'll get the ball on the tee when we come back here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Any insurance agent can sell you a policy. At RTI Insurance Services, we're going to sell you what you need. As a family-owned independent agency, RTI Insurance Services will provide you with multiple solutions for your personal and business coverages. We're proud to support area athletes, families, and communities, and we'd love to help you too. RTI Insurance Services in South Point. Online at trustrti.com.
Since 1978, Quality Quick Printing has been a single source for all your business, organization, and corporate printing needs. A full-service digital document solution center, high-speed digital copying, large format, design and finishing, direct mail services, and so much more. Call their print solutions specialists to help with your next project. 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
We go into individuals' homes and provide non-medical care for mainly senior citizens, but also people with disabilities.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We do stuff like bathing, grooming, meal preparation, take people to doctor's appointments. Someone needs a little bit of assistance to help them stay in their home instead of going into a facility, and we like to come in and be the people that do that for them.
Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care for your loved one in the comfort of their home. Find out more, sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
Welcome back to Hiller Field as Colts and Hiller's getting set to square off. Jason, let's look at those Big Six standings if we get a chance. Interesting schedule quirk. 2 teams are 2-0. They're playing here. 2 teams are 1-1. Well, that's not quite updated. Sorry about that. Ringgold's 1-1 in there. Trinity, Thomas Jefferson and Ringgold are both 1-1. They're playing at TJ. And Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon both at 0-2, and they're playing tonight at Laurel Highlands. Just one of those quirky things. It's been a long time since either one of these teams won a section title. Here's how long. A couple of notes for you. Trinity's last conference or section championship, 1986, and 1948 before that. For Chartiers Valley, the only one we can find, 1972, a 3-way tie atop the old Western Conference. Here's a little note for you. Chartiers Valley shared the Western Conference title in 1972. 2 years earlier, Wash High was still in the Western Conference, and their last ever Western Conference win was against Chartiers Valley, 18-16. Then they moved into Double-A and into what became the Century Conference. But just a little area tie there as well. Trinity's won the last 3 games in this series and 4 of the last 5. CV won 4 of 5 from 2007 through 2011, and Trinity won the 3 games ahead of that. So all told, let's see, 3, 6, 7, and 4 in this decade or in this century. Against Chartiers Valley. Huge game. We'll delve a little deeper into specific playoff possibilities when we get to our halftime. We'll have a bunch of things going on at halftime. We'll have a PAC football report, including a peek at tomorrow's 2-0 showdown on top of the league standings. How about that? We've played 3 weeks of PAC college football. 2 teams are unbeaten. That's it.
And they're facing off.
and they meet tomorrow. It's just like what we just keep running into here. Jack, it's a big game for both of these, and these are 2 teams that are not familiar, really, with big games.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that those are the 2 teams, at the top right now, battling for, what's basically control of, this league. Whoever wins this game is really in the driver's seat to claim the title. Obviously, both teams still have tough games remaining on the schedule, but get into a position where you control your own destiny. That's what position both of these teams are in right now, and I'm very excited for this game. 2 very competitive football teams that have been playing good ball as of late.
If Trinity wins, and you look at the rest of the schedule for them. It's the 2 guys the 2 teams that are 0-2 right now.
Yep.
They'll have Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon both on the road in that order. Chartiers Valley, if they win tonight, it's still not. And Trinity winning doesn't lock it up, but they play the 2 bottom teams. For Chartiers Valley, they still have to play 2 teams that are in playoff consideration: TJ and Ringgold. If CV wins tonight and TJ wins next week, we're looking at 3-way tiebreakers.
Yeah, I mean that. It's not a talk either of these teams will want to be in, but you give yourself some cushion if you win this game with that as well.
Chartiers Valley won the coin toss, and I did not get the game officials. My apologies. We'll see about getting that. But CV won the toss and deferred their option to the second half. Thank you very much. Michael Jarasinski is the R. Vincent DeCarolis, the umpire. Linesman is William Rowland. Michael A. Jarasinski is on the other side of the line. Jack Richardson and Patrick Frank working the defensive secondary. Now the Hillers are going to get the football. And put that Trinity offense out to start. And Steve Spence using that more modern approach to the coin flip to defer and take the option to the second half. Ball in flight and very short on the move. It's Avari Chandler. He'll take it at the 30, and he's only going to get to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Chandler kind of got stuck up at the 30, right at the 31, I'd say, and he was able to shed the tackle, but tried to move side to side, and on a kickoff, that's usually a death knell for that play.
And actually, they spot forward progress to the 33. I'm just going to skip watching the replay. One of the things that none of the guys were on the line there where the tackle was made, and that's partly why the benefit. Colts showed 3-man front and then stemmed to a 4-man running play going over the right side forward for a couple of yards out to about the 36-yard line. Gardner with the carry.
You and I talked on the way here, Bob, about this Chartiers Valley team's going to try to take Jonah Williamson's legs out of the game here. Owen Gardner has stepped up really all season. He's been a great player for this Trinity offense. I really think that he's an X factor in this one. Really, Trinity's offense will go as he does.
2nd down and 7 at the 36. Williamson sticks it into the belly of Bowman, pulls it back out, keeps it himself, and powers forward for 5.5. Actually not going to get a great forward progress. Shoved that pile over the 40, but is only going to get to the 40. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Still a good decision by Williamson. The initial room was there, and he was able to plunge forward for a couple more after the initial contact.
Carry out to the 44 yards for Jonah Williamson, his first carry of the night. 3rd down and 3. Trinity with the 2 sidecars and the Harvard-bound quarterback. Pressure coming, steps up away from it, dumps the ball off, gets it to Bowman, has the 1st down, makes a move inside, then out, and gets to midfield.
Yeah, pressure up the middle from Demarion Bundridge, and Williamson was able to be calm in the pocket, step up with the rushers coming in from the sides, and just a little flick over to Bowman.
Be interesting to be in the film room tomorrow when they look at that as to whether Williamson keeps it and runs it himself or throws that pass. Hillers get 10 and move the sticks. Opening minutes of the first quarter here tonight. Four-man front for the Colts. Twins right, single receiver to the left. Little stunt. Williamson steps and throws the deep post and just overthrows the target inside the 25-yard line. Laying out was Braden Berdar.
Yeah, that was a good look downfield. Williamson had to hang on to it, I think, just a tick too late. And he got the pressure from the side, took a quarterback hit as well.
Yeah, may have had to throw that just a hair earlier than he wanted to. Second down and 10 from midfield. Running play, right side, Gardner bounces out of a hit inside the 45 and down to about the 41-yard line, a run of 9.
That's just another nice run from Gardner. Sheds a tackle right on the edge. That was Bundridge once again try to make the play, but Gardner easily shrugs him off.
And boy, what a combination of power and speed you get from Owen Gardner, checking in at 5'10", 202, and with good speed as well. 3rd down and a yard to go at the 41, but now tossed to Gardner, and that play never really got started, and Gardner going to be swarmed under for a loss of 5.
Yeah, that pitch was really just doomed. Toss was really read to perfection by Chase Glover. And he got some help as well. Coming in was Jake Hastings to finish him off.
Trinity senior David Gill will punt. Jack Zarnecki back deep to receive. Good snap, no pressure, and Gill's punt will Drives Zarnecki back, and he muffs it. 3 Trinity players there. They're going to pick it up. You can't advance a muff, I don't believe.
Yeah, you cannot. One official signal touchdown.
Yeah, it is not a touchdown. You cannot advance a muffed punt. It's where at the spot where Trinity recovers it, it'll be Hiller ball. And it's the Colts that make the mistake. Zarnecki mishandled. The Hillers do pick it up and run it in, but that will just be the muff and possession right there.
Yeah, and as a returner, you just have to know when you're that close to your own end zone, if you have any doubts, you have to get out of there. Just let it bounce and, hope that it bounces into the back of the end zone.
So 1st and goal at the Colts 8-yard line, 8:36 to play, opening quarter. Chandler and Bedard wide to the right. Wide to the near side is Chase Kostelnik. And again, 2 backs with Williamson. He'll roll to his right, has a man in his face, dump it off to Gardner, and hit out of bounds at about the 5, going to get 3.
That was a well-played snap there for the Chartiers Valley defense. Read that play well, and they make linebacker Michael Lawrence have to travel all the way across the field to make that tackle, but he was able to and get Gardner out of bounds.
2nd down and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line. Single back now. Fake the toss right. Williamson keeps inside the 5. Touchdown.
I really like that play design. You saw on that 3rd down run before the punt that really Chartiers Valley all over, really committing to the toss. Right there they do the same, but Williamson hangs on to it himself, runs it right up the gut. Easy touchdown run.
11th rushing touchdown of the year for Jonah Williamson. 8:26 to play, 1st quarter. Extra point attempt. It's going to be Evan Slagle with the kick. Schreier the hold, and the kick is wide left. Pulled it. No good. Trinity 6, Chartiers Valley nothing. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County help you with the heavy lifting before winter. First Federal gives you all the tools you need with FHA Title I home improvement, home equity, construction, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties, your loan stays here. Apply in person or anytime online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
Officially an 8-yard, 3-play scoring drive after the punt muff. Extra point kick was pulled wide left. And now Cooper Cincinnati to kick, and he chips it up high. Fair catch is called and made at the 37-yard line. Chartiers Valley will get great field position to start. Julius Best, Tayshawn Lewis, Jack Zarnecki were all back deep, but the kick was caught at the 37-yard line where CV will start 1st and 10.
You get to see this Chartiers Valley offense. It's going to be really familiar to us as, it's under Steve Spence, a longtime W&J assistant coach. You're going to see a lot of the same types of concepts that we're used to seeing from the President's offense.
2 receivers go wide, and when I say wide, I mean just inside the sideline hash marks to the far side. Running play coming to the near sideline. It's Tayshawn Lewis, got wide, tripped up. Just a great effort there to reach out and heel tap and get the stop made, but run good for 5.
Yeah, Tyler Welch just able to smack the foot of Lewis to get him down. If he doesn't do that, that could be a big-time run for Lewis.
Lewis approaching 700 rushing yards on the year, approaching 100 carries as well. You do the math, 7 about per game. Jefferson Morgan scored early. Bentworth has answered. That game tied at 7 in the Tri-County South. Run and play again. It's Lewis, and Lewis bounces it to the edge. He's pushed onto the CV bench, but in Trinity territory after a gain of about 10.
The Trinity defense really stepped up last week, especially in the second half. But still, TJ was able to run for a lot of yards. That's really been the weak spot of this Trinity defense, especially in that run game. So, 2 plays and 2 good runs for Lewis.
For Cherry up on Bishop Canavan. Long Matt Sieg touchdown run. Where have I heard that before? 1st and 10 at the Trinity 48. Running play trying to go over the left tackle, and that one's going nowhere. Makai Bowman with a beautiful 2-leg check that. It was not Bowman. It was Tegan Barr with a nice 2-leg takedown.
Yeah, Barr just comes in, sticks his man.
Gain of a yard on the play. And Mike Lawrence comes out of the game. Wide to the far side goes Jack Zarnecki. He'll be eclipsed that way by Julius Best. Now wide receiver coming this way as well. 2nd down and 9 for the Colts. Luke Miranda, the senior quarterback, calls for the snap. Wants to lay it up quickly. Ball up the near sideline. One-hand attempt incomplete. Tried to get the ball to Damian Holloway. And the only place he could make that was the outside shoulder near the boundary. Got one hand up and never brought the other hand. He was, meanwhile, trying to fight off the defender.
Yeah, that would have been a really difficult catch, but I think it was possible. Holloway just wasn't able to get that second hand up.
Miranda 600 yards passing, 44 of 64 on the season. 3rd down and 9 for Chartiers Valley. Little high snap. Miranda handles that, steps up away from pressure, pass across the middle, is caught and running out of a tackle. 25, 20, and down at about the 15-yard line. Colts get a big play. Zarnecki on the reception and a 1st down.
That's a really great delivery over the middle of the field for Miranda. Steps up in the pocket, just a little off his front foot sling. Zarnecki able to come through it despite the tough coverage.
First catch of the night, 11 this year now for Zarnecki. 1st and 10, Chartiers Valley at the Trinity 14-yard line. Single back, handoff, trying to go around the left side, cut inside a would-be tackler, and making his way is Tayshawn Lewis to about the 8, a run of about 6.
It's a really nice first drive so far for Chartiers Valley. Really balanced offense. Heard Steve Spence talk about that in pregame, and they run it and pass it just about equal, so seen a lot of that so far.
Holloway and Zarnecki wide this way, tight slot this way as well. Quarterback keeper, Miranda trying to make a move, and he goes down right at the line. The ball came out, and the Hillers got on it. Now some, going to be ruled down. And good job there by Miranda to get the ball back. Hillers thought they had a shot at a loose ball. Yep, he did fumble, and it was laying on his hip. Trinity came out with a football, but they are not going to get it. No, actually, I stand corrected. Miranda did pull it back. But no gain on that play. 3rd down and 4 at the 8. Two backs. Miranda takes the shotgun. They both stay home to protect. Miranda jabs up in. Now keeps it alive. Slides back to about his 20. Rolling near side, throwing near the goal line. Pass is caught. Going to be a 1st down, but not a touchdown. Completion, Tayshawn Lewis, and just way too much time there for Miranda.
Yeah, and Miranda worked that perfectly. Just a 3-man rush for Trinity. Miranda is able to see that. He has a spy on him. That's who eventually is able to finally get pressure on him. It was Anthony Georgie. But Miranda just dancing around, waiting for somebody to come open, and eventually it's going to happen.
7-yard pass play. 1st and goal at the 1. It's Lewis, started right, cut back left, doesn't get back to the line. Going to lose a yard on the run. 4:10 and counting here in the opening quarter. Trinity protecting a 6-0 lead. Single wide receiver to the top of the set, 2 to the right. Miranda sticks it into Lewis's belly, pulls it back out, and weaves his way without contact into the end zone.
Miranda once again just kind of having to weave through traffic right there. Handles it well once again. And that's a great response for Chartiers Valley after fumble on the punt return and basically gifting Trinity a score.
Lawrence to hold, Waldron to attempt the kick. Well, check that. It's Swatala to kick. And drills it, and his kick is no good. 3:45 to play in the first. Trinity 6, Chartiers Valley 6. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy. We don't sign every insurance contract out there. We don't participate in every network. And what we've come to realize is if we take our invoice cost on generic drugs, add a fair dispense fee, we can save you money depending on the medication. No insurance, no middlemen. You have a prescription, you pay us, you're done. If you take generic drugs, this program's for you. Go to our website at curtispharmacy.com, click the Dare to Compare link, and feel free to look up your medication, see how much we could save you.
Hi, this is Mac Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. For over 70 years, we've been here for you, your family, and your business. At a time in which premiums continue to rise and policy coverage is more confusing and limited than ever before, we're proud to be your trusted guides. No gimmicks or surprises, just real protection at the best possible price. Personal, business, or bonds, will keep it simple and straightforward, just as we've always done. Chambers Insurance, helping you navigate today's insurance world. Learn more at chambersinsurance.com.
Mason Swatala will kick off. Luke Waldron had done most of the kicking for Chartiers Valley to this point. This kick will be short and backpedaling, taken at the 27. Again, it's Avari Chandler. Chandler works his way to the 35, so about 8 yards on this run back, and Trinity will start at its 35-yard line. Wide left, both extra points tonight.
Yeah, both have been just not struck well. Low liners, you don't want to see that as a kicker. You want to get that popped up. That's bad contact whenever means you're hitting it in the middle of the ball.
Upper St. Clair 7, Bethel Park nothing. Fort Cherry 7-0 up on Bishop Canavan. Monessen 6, Burgettstown nothing. Bentworth and JM, Jefferson Morgan 7-7. Low snap handled by Williamson. Got the handoff to Owen Gardner, and a flag in as well. Yeah, it's going to be holding against the Hillers, says referee Michael Jarasinski. Now take the ball back to the Trinity 25-yard line. First penalty flag of the game. First down and 20. Braden Berdar, wider of 2 receivers this way. And now Gill resets in a slot right. Low snap again. Picked up by Williamson, hand to Gardner. Stiff arm up over the 30, 35, 40. He's got the sideline. Owen Gardner has nobody in front of him. The sprint trying to cut off the corner is Julius Best. Gardner inside the 10 and finally taken to the sideline at about the 8-yard line.
Oh boy, what another nice run from Owen Gardner. He has that breakaway speed. We saw it last week. He had a huge run to score against TJ. Right there, makes that first man miss, and from there, it takes safety coming across from the other side of the field to chase him down.
67-yard run to the 8-yard line. Check. Split backs behind Williamson in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Glass. Right side. Glass hit at the line. Got off of that for a yard, but that's going to be it. Daniel Glass, first carry of the night.
Yeah, and you give Gardner the break from having to carry the ball. You give it to the shiftier, smaller Glass. right there, just not a lot of room.
Bishop Canavan on the board, though failed in the PAT, 7-6 in favor of Fort Cherry. Battle for the Black Hills Conference title. Second down and goal. Williamson on the option, keeps inside the 5, dragging people with him, and Williamson going to go down at about the 2-yard line.
Man, it actually looked like once he made that, he could have maybe tried to toss out. Obviously, it would have been a dangerous play, and Williamson instead makes the smart move and just takes it up the gut and sets up a very manageable 3rd and goal from the 2.
End of 1 quarter, Washai 19, Charleroi nothing. Trinity in 4-down territory here. 3rd down and goal at the 2. 2 tight ends, 2 tight slots. Williamson handles a low snap, got hit at the line of scrimmage, got forward for a half-yard. And just one play after another. The Hillers have had trouble getting the ball in the shotgun from the center to the quarterback.
Yeah, and at a play like that where everybody's mashing towards the line of scrimmage, there's no secret Trinity's just going to try to run that. And any sort of mistimed snap, bad snap can just really mess up timing.
Well, yeah, Williamson has to stand flat-footed to handle the low snap. He can't even be moving toward the ball because it's low. No gain on the play. 4th and goal from the 2. Not a good start, and the Hillers are fortunate there because that snap went through the legs of Williamson, but they had illegal motion ahead of that.
Yeah, and that's the right call. There certainly was movement right before the snap from their unit, but it bails them out, because that would have doomed the Hillers on that drive.
Well, go back to the phrase that your dad uses a lot, buttoned up. And that possession has not been. And now Cooper Cincinnati is going to try a field goal. Ball is at the far hash mark. Right-footed kicker trying to pull this in, a 24-yard effort. Snap, a little trouble, but teed up. Good job by Schreier, and Cincinnati kicks it home. 36 seconds to play. Opening quarter. Trinity back in front. Hillers 9, Colts 6. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's Pittsburgh Metro route services park and rides in Washington and Canonsburg, including Bow Street and South Point to downtown Pittsburgh. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards also available at the Washington Transit Center. Our riders enjoy a car-free commute, avoiding traffic and parking. Downtown stops include Gateway Center, Boulevard of the Allies, Smithfield Street, and East Busway.
Friday night lights bring our community together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opiate addiction. I'm Commissioner Larry Maggi, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential helpline today at 724-228-1234. That's 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a stronger future for Washington County.
Hillers set to kick off, leading 9-6. This kick will go deep, and it'll be taken by Lewis at the 5, already over the 20. Cuts to the far sideline, 25, and pushed to the boundary, shy of the 30-yard line.
Just want to mention something about that last possession, Bob. Trinity starts out at the 35. You know, to get to the end zone, you need to go 65 yards. Well, on that drive there, Trinity was able to go 73 in terms of just offensive plays. But the penalty yardage is what doomed the Hillers on that drive, and really what took points off the board and turned a touchdown into a 3.
Chartiers Valley at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Yeah, you start at the 35-yard line and you get a 67-yard run. Something doesn't add up, but 2 penalties, 15 yards, a hold, and then a false start, and you settle for the 24-yard field goal. Toss play to Lewis, trying to come wide left. Hillers flying that way and sliding down, getting tripped up. Owen Gardner got a hand on Lewis and was able to bring him down.
Yeah, and it was that last little movement from Lewis. I think he thought he had beaten Gardner to the outside. He did, but that little hesitation as the tackler was approaching allowed Gardner to catch up.
I can't imagine the Colts will snap the football here. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. They're going to come to the line, and coaches are saying, let's hold it right there. End of one quarter, Trinity 9, Chartiers Valley 6. Second quarter on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Bear Subaru. 2025 Subaru Outbacks have rates as low as 0.9 for 36 months or 1.9 up to 72 months. This is the last year for this body style as we know it. Come up and get yours today.
Financing offers for well-qualified buyers. $14.71 per $1,000 financed at 1.9% APR. $28.16 per $1,000 financed at 0.9%. Must take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 10/31/25.
BudBearSubaru.com.
At Slovenian Savings and Loan, they understand you want convenience. That's why their mobile banking app allows you to bank from anywhere, anytime. They also know there's no substitute for personal, one-on-one service from someone who cares about you and your family. Founded on honesty, integrity, and trust in 1925, and that will never change. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. SlovenianSavingsandLoan.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hiller Field. Trinity with 89 yards rushing, 102 total offense in the opening quarter. Chartiers Valley 23 yards on the ground, but 40 yards passing, 63 total. And you do the math, what's that, 10-6 on the total offense. Score about that same way, 9-6. Second down and 10. Miranda to put it up, steps up into a clean pocket and well overthrows his intended receiver. That ball was probably 6 feet over the head.
Yeah, and that was a pass into traffic right there. Miranda really only reading that right side, but I think Trinity just had the numbers right there. It was a kind of a slant, one receiver running a slant, other running a go, and you're just kind of reading out the leverage of one of those corners.
For Cherry, another SIG touchdown run up, 14-6 on Bishop Canavan. Keystone Oaks 7, Waynesburg 6 in the first. Carmichael's and Avella scoreless at the end of one. Here we're early, very early, like 4 seconds early into the second quarter. Third down and 10 for Chartiers Valley from their own 28-yard line. Miranda feeling a little pressure, steps, rolls, got hit, got off of that, rolls near side, nobody home. Miranda throws back across his body, pass caught out across the 40, and the catch made there by Julius Best.
Once again, just too much time for Miranda. He's really shown off some escapability so far in this game. He looked like he was dead to rights. Anthony Georgie had a great shot at him, then Gardner with a shot, and Miranda probably could have carried that for the first down, still decides to throw it, makes a great throw.
17 yards on the pass play to Julius Best. 3 different completions, 3 different receivers, and now the Hillers jump into the neutral zone and going to give away 5 free yards. That'll take the ball right to midfield. 3 penalties on Trinity. Couple of other scores for you. Burgettstown 7, Monessen 6, end of 1. Best Center 14, Mapletown nothing, end of 1. Thank you, John Sacco. Jacob Knisner keeping us posted throughout the night. 2nd and 5 for Chartiers Valley. Hillers didn't get Miranda on the ground and set of downs, and now delay of game. We're going to give the 5 yards right back. First penalty on CV tonight.
Yeah, I just think, coming off of a penalty, which was off of a first down, you have to be ready to get a play off there.
2 receivers wide each way for the Colts. 1st and 10. Miranda flushed out, rolls back the other way. Spy coming late, throw into the middle of the field, pass is caught off of contact. It's Damian Holloway, and he's going to get down inside the Trinity 35.
Felt like that was going to be a dangerous pass. Once again, just a lot of time for Miranda. Another 3-man rush for Trinity, and it is proven to not be effective so far in the game when Trinity's rushed 3.
23-yard completion, 80 yards already passing for Miranda. The fourth different receiver in the game now for CV. Twins this way, single receiver to the top of the set, ball at the Trinity 32, running play. Trying to come this way is Lewis, cut back into the middle of the field, and Lewis springs free for 6. Now they're going to spot him back at the 27, gain of 5.
Without CV's been throwing it and spacing things out of the formation, it's allowed there to be a lot of space for Lewis in the inside, at least numbers-wise. You know, it's not a very stacked box, so give your running back some room.
9-6, Trinity leads, 9:20 to play, second quarter. Trinity with 2 completed possessions. This is Chartiers Valley's second possession of the game. I think at this point last week everybody had 5 possessions. Miranda fakes it, now dumps the ball off, near side pass is caught, but the tackle made at about a yard gain. And that the reception by Wheatgraff. Just a yard on that reception. Wheatgraff also the backup quarterback. I have Miranda 5 of 7 to start.
He's shown some real playmaking ability.
3rd down and 4. Now lofts it up on the flag. Ball is caught by Best. Backpedals into the end zone. Touchdown.
That's just man on man. May the best man win. It wasn't bad coverage from Daniel Glass, but Best goes up, says that's my ball, makes that grab and gets the score.
12th touchdown pass of the year for Luke Miranda. Already over 100 yards passing in the first half. Best in the end zone with a reception for the 7th time. Chartiers Valley takes the lead, up now 12-9. 8:24 to play, second quarter. And the Colts will line up to go for 2. Missed the extra point kick earlier. Lewis is beside Miranda. 3 receivers quick to the right, fake the end around, dump the ball off, well underthrown, incomplete, and wouldn't have gotten to the end zone anyway. Score holds. Chartiers Valley 12, Trinity 9. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
My Dream Field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My Dream Field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My Dream Field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency here in Washington. When was the last time you reviewed your homeowner's policy? In recent years, the price of homeowners insurance has gone up dramatically. In fact, some companies have raised their rates by as much as 35% in the last year. If you haven't reviewed your coverage lately, now is the time. You might be surprised at how much you can save. Call us at 724-228-3448. Visit us online at dayinsurance.com or stop by one of our offices in Washington or Hickory.
Run up and the kick by Mason Swatala, and again, it's going to be handled by Trinity's Avari Chandler, and Chandler's only going to get out across the 35-yard line. That's been the strategy all night long. Jefferson Morgan back in front of Bentworth, now 13-7. That's in the second. A game in Ellsworth and on WJPA. California 16-0 lead on West Green at the end of 1. Hillers will start 1st and 10, 37-yard line. Their field position has been 37, 33, 35. 1st and 10 run, and well defended, but good extra surge there to get the ball out to about the 40-yard line. Owen Gardner kept the legs churning and picked up 3.
Looked like CV was going to be able to hold Gardner to a gain of 1 or so, and he was just able to keep on fighting. Yet 4.
Oh, actually, yeah, they spot the ball out to the 41. Snap on the ground, picked off the shoe tops by Williamson. Rolls right, throws right into traffic, ball underthrown, intercepted. Julius Best with the pick.
Yeah, that's just a dangerous throw from Williamson either way, and him underthrowing that puts Best in a great spot to pick that off. He had a guy, it looked like, running at least a little bit freer in Georgie, but decides to go long and doesn't work out.
Chartiers Valley will take over at its own 22-yard line. Interception, the 7th this year, thrown by Jonah Williamson. Ill-advised pass. First and 10 Colts, leading 12-9. First time today somebody has snapped the ball with the lead. Running play, Lewis tried to go right and take it then up the middle, up over the hash mark out to the 24. Gain of 2. Second down and 8. Lewis with the 8th carry of the ball game, 28 yards rushing. The difference so far has been Luke Miranda, 6 of 8 passing for 107 yards. Second down and 8. Miranda with a play fake, throws to the right, ball off the hands of Best, incomplete.
That's really the first bad miss we've seen Miranda have in terms of accuracy. Best dusts his man on that route, gets open on that slant, but pass behind him.
Now third down and 8 for the Colts. Had 3rd and 9 on the opening possession and got a 33-yard pass play to Zarnecki. Had 3rd and 4, a 7-yard pass to the 1. Of course, 3rd and 10 on the last possession, got 17 yards and a first down. Pass play quickly to the near side, back shoulder, patch is caught, first down. Wow. Excellent play.
And just great recognition there from Miranda to see that blitz. Trinity bringing the house after not rushing much so far in this game, and just gets it out quick, decisive. He knows he's hot and has to get rid of the ball.
12 yards, back shoulder throw, Damian Holloway. First down, number 7 for Chartiers Valley. 7 minutes to play, 7:01 actually, to play here in this opening half. It is 12-6, and now looks like a CV timeout. Chartiers Valley 12, Trinity 9, 7:01 to play first half. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Touchdown, Waynesburg! Ever wanted to work behind the scenes of a sports broadcast? Waynesburg University's Department of Communication gives you the opportunity to do just that. Our students produce the show, call the action, and tell the story as it happens. Or get involved in the sports information side, taking stats, PA announcing, and delivering the results to a growing sports audience. The Waynesburg University Department of Communication is waiting to hear from you. So what are you waiting for?
For more information, visit waynesburg.edu.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
First and 10 at the 36, long pass downfield, juggled and then pulled in, and the Colts had 3 receivers beyond everybody in the Trinity secondary. Julius Best makes the catch.
Chartiers Valley, the Colts, they're just dicing Trinity through the air right now. Really has been, I don't want to say easy, it's taken some really good plays by Miranda and the receivers, but, I mean, Miranda's had time and he's delivering accurate balls.
Third catch for Best, 82 yards on 3 receptions. First and 10 at the Trinity 25. Miranda hands it off. Lewis running the right side, and he's dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
CV still just trying to keep it balanced, although after a couple nice runs early on, Lewis has had a tougher time. I have him 9 attempts for 28 yards.
Yeah, 23 rushing yards in the first quarter for CV, 2 yards in period number 2, just over halfway through. Tight end set to the right, it's Terhune. Second down and 10 at the Trinity 25. Miranda looks things over. Lewis resets on his left hip. Lewis takes the handoff, trying to run that right side, and going to get a yard on the play.
Well, all the success that CV's had through the air, Trinity can make a big play right here and set up either a 4th down attempt or long field goal. I mean, I think it would have to be 4th down attempt here, this position of the field.
Miranda forced to slide to his right, now pulls it down, tries to run it. He gets hit back at the original line of scrimmage of this set, loses a yard, it's 4th down.
That time they finally are able to flush Miranda into a group of tacklers. Still just great protection up front. That time you really can't blame the line. Well blocked play, just no one came open.
So now 4th down and 10. Colts facing a 4th down for the first time tonight. Break the huddle with 12 on the play clock. Trips left, single receiver right, single running back with Miranda. CB going to use a timeout. 4:25 to play. Second quarter, Chartiers Valley 12, Trinity 9. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You deserve a bank that drives your business. One that's with you for the long haul and knows how to keep your business rolling. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on delivering customized solutions, ones that are built for the unique journey your business is on. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
You can buy and service with confidence at Calusi Chevrolet, knowing we've been in business since 1918.
With hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock, and with one of the largest commercial truck departments in the Pittsburgh area, we're sure to have exactly what you're looking for.
And with our award-winning service, parts, and collision departments, we can meet all your automotive needs.
We're easy to find, located just off I-79 at the Bridgeville South Fayette exit. Check us out online at Calusi.com.
Colts empty the backfield. 5 wide receivers. Miranda by himself. Trinity with a 3-man front. Miranda slides forward, tries to run, throws down in the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Try to get the ball ahead to Damian Holloway, and the ball will go over on downs.
Yeah, we might be able to see this on replay, but Holloway found a soft spot, and I think that was just a miscommunication. His quarterback thinks he's going to settle into that zone. Holloway keeps running his route.
Trinity will take over on downs at its own 25-yard line, trailing 12-9. Well, the Colts go from their own 22 to the Trinity 25, 53 yards, but the drive stalls out. 1st and 10, Hillers. Williamson takes the snap, fakes the option pitch, runs himself, has 5, has 10, now has the sideline, 40, 45, 50, into Colts territory, trying to outrun the last man, and he will. Jonah Williamson inside the 10, touchdown Hillers.
Man, that's some just serious speed from Jonah Williamson. Runs it up the gut, gets to that second level, and from there, he just leaves the whole crew of defenders in the dust. I mean, that's speed that you don't really think about it until you see it. Williamson, there were defenders with the ankle there, and he just dusts them. Big time run.
11th rushing touchdown of the year. Williamson goes 75 yards to put Trinity in front, 15-12. Extra point attempt by Cooper Cincinnati out of the Schreier hold. Good snap and hold. Cincinnati puts the foot to it. This kick is wide left. He pulled it wide, no good. Nobody can kick an extra point. 4:07 to go. First half, Trinity 15, Chartiers Valley 12. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Any insurance agent can sell you a policy. At RTI Insurance Services, we're going to sell you what you need. As a family-owned independent agency, RTI Insurance Services will provide you with multiple solutions for your personal and business coverages. We're proud to support area athletes, families, and communities, and we'd love to help you too. RTI Insurance Services in South Point. Online at trustrti.com.
Whether in the stands or watching from home, show your team spirit with custom printing from Quality Quick. They are your local partner for vinyl banners, fan apparel, and yard signs to help celebrate your home team. Quality Quick has been a proud print supplier for local schools and boosters in the community since 1978. Don't just watch the game, be part of it. Call 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
Kickers, I have 0 for 3 on PATs, all wide left. Swatala missed one. Slagle missed one. Cincinnati missed one. Now a short kickoff going to hit the ground and be fielded and stepped out of bounds by the Colts. And boy, just Zarnecki, if he gets his feet out of bounds and grabs the ball, that's a penalty on Trinity. But because he caught the ball in bounds and stepped out, that's where CV gets the ball.
I think he just panicked. He saw some Trinity players coming at him. He still had time to either let it go or grab it himself while being positioned out of bounds. But like I said, I just think he panicked when he saw the blue jerseys coming after him.
By the way, the touchdown run for Williamson gives Trinity just its 3rd first down. CV 1st and 10 from the 22. Lewis takes the handoff, goes wide right. Strung out by Gardner, got his hands on him and helped him to the boundary. Short gain on the play, if at all, for Lewis.
Yeah, it was well played by Gardner. Just stringing him out. Had a good angle and uses his old pal, the sideline, to finish the job for Lewis.
And going to be no gain on the play. 11 carries already for Lewis. Averaged about 14 carries a game coming in. Bishop Canavan has scored 14-12. Fort Cherry leads there. 15-12, Trinity leading here against Chartiers Valley. 2nd down and 10. Colts at their own 22. Again, a running play and in trouble and not getting back to the line of scrimmage. Hiller's interior defense making the stop.
Yeah, now CV's gotten a little bit predictable. You know, back-to-back possessions where they've gone run, pass, and it's gotten them into a 3rd and long type of situation. I know you want to definitely not get into a lull where you're just dropping back every play, but got to keep doing what's working.
3rd down and 11 now for the Colts from their own 21. Miranda throws the ball. Holloway makes the catch, made a man miss, got across the 30 to the 31, but not the 32. It's 4th down.
Yeah, and that's a concept that you're just making the defenders commit. And right there, if they commit to Holloway in the middle of the field, puts you in a position where you're not likely to pick up that first, but there's just so much movement going on that near side that defenders really have trouble sorting that play out.
4th down and 1 for the Colts. Trinity going to use a timeout. 2:51 to play. 2nd quarter. Trinity 15, Chartiers Valley 12. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Our motto at Sunny Days is put our clients and our caregivers first.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We care about people and we want people to have better lives because we're involved with them. We'd love for you to go and check out our website, fill out an application, and we can talk to you more. And we really like to have good people. And the big thing we're looking for is if you're a caring and compassionate person. I mean, that's our top quality.
Sunny Days caregivers make a difference in people's lives. Find out how you can join the team. Log on sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
4th down and 1, Chartiers Valley at its own 31-yard line. Are they trying to draw the Hillers offside? Miranda barks hard a couple of times. The Hillers stay put. Now he claps and just going to stand there. And now Chartiers Valley will use a timeout before the play clock runs out. 2:51 to play, second quarter. Trinity 15, Chartiers Valley 12. Back here on the WJPA Sports Network in just a minute.
Working overtime on your business needs? With First Federal of Greene County's Commercial Lending Department, your next step is closer than you think. From real estate secured purchases to refinancing, your loan starts and stays here. And now First Federal is offering business basic checking, business statement savings, and merchant services. First Federal will help you take care of business. For more information, visit online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And punt formation for John Paparella, first time tonight. 4th down and a yard. Paparella takes the snap, enough pressure to get the kick away. Hillers will bobble it, and then pulling it in is Glass, 40, 45. Flag comes down, and Glass down the far sideline trying to set up one more block. Glass is going to go down at the 18, but there's a flag back out at around the midfield stripe, so the Hillers are likely going to get this ball right where Glass caught it.
Yeah, you saw that one come out pretty early. Right as Glass was trying to get to the sideline, you see the flag come out.
29-yard punt for Paparella. But everybody walking back that direction. Again, the beanbagged flag lands at the 50-yard line, so Trinity will indeed take over at its own 40. 2:36 to play. Trinity has 2 timeouts and leads 15-12. Good back-to-back series for Trinity defensively. Stopped CV inside the 30-yard line, and this 3 plays and a punt. Williamson keeps on the option, and he is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Trinity in a situation here where worst case scenario, the clock runs out with you in the ball with the ball in your hands.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the game you play right here. You know, you're up. It hasn't been the cleanest game so far by any stretch of the imagination. So,
well, Hillers come quick to the line though. Play comes to the near side. A couple of my guys miss, and Owen Gardner runs out of an arm tackle. He's across midfield and now sprinting to the far side, trying to set up a blocker. Inside the 30. Gardner to the 20, to the 15, ran out of an arm tackle and finally pushed to the boundary at about the 9-yard line.
That's just an electric run by Owen Gardner. I mean, he had to just fight, scratch, and claw for every yard there. I mean, he's pretty much stuck up close to the line of scrimmage. But he just keeps biding his time, breaking tackles. There were about 5 different white jerseys who got their hands on Gardner before they were able to bring him down.
Yeah, the one little shoulder shimmy and a step over guy who ended up grasping at air and got nothing, and Gardner took it to the sideline. 52 yards on the run, now a $129 on 6 carries. Just under 2 minutes to play first half. First and goal at the 9. It's Bowman with Williamson. Fake the toss that way. Williamson trying to come around the end. He's inside the 10. Stiff arm and out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
And the only thing Williamson has to watch there, you go to that stiff arm right to the helmet. Just have to make sure that that palm is open.
Yep, you just can't close your fingers on it. You can put the hand on the face mask. You can't grab it. And Williamson did a nice job and I don't know, Jason, if we can run that again real quick. Just watch here at the end as Williamson comes to the edge here. Now he's got the ball in the outside hand, and here comes Zernecki, and Williamson with the heel of the hand right to the face mask. Good stiff arm. Second and goal at the 5. Low snap. Williamson, quick pitch to the left side to Glass. Put a foot in the ground and cut it inside the 10 down to about, or the 5 down to about the 3.
That's good defense, making Glass have to cut that back in. Don't let him win to the sideline.
90 seconds to play in the half. Trinity has 2 timeouts left, but plenty of time. 3rd down and goal at the CV 3-yard line. Trinity leading by a score of 15-12. Again, that last play included a low snap. This one rifled right at the waist. Williamson bounces outside, ran out of a tackle, going to the end zone, touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the night.
It looked like CV may have had him sewn up, but it didn't matter. Williamson felt it well, knew to reverse course, and fortunately for him, it was well blocked on that left side of the line.
13th rushing touchdown of the season for Jonah Williamson. And once again, Owen Gardner sets it all up. That's what happened on the first Williamson touchdown. The second one, Jonah did it himself, and then this time Gardner with a long run sets it up. Hillers are going to line up to go for 2. Gardner beside Williamson. Snap, bounces back to the quarterback. Rolls right, throws back to the left. Wide open, underthrown. Williamson just didn't set and throw. And incomplete pass. Score will stand right where it is. 1:07 to play, 2nd quarter. Trinity 21, Chartiers Valley 12. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy. We don't sign every insurance contract out there. We don't participate in every network. And what we've come to realize is if we take our invoice cost on generic drugs, add a fair dispense fee, we can save you money depending on the medication. No insurance, no middlemen. You have a prescription, you pay us, you're done. If you take generic drugs, this program's for you. Go to our website at curtispharmacy.com, click the Dare to Compare link, and feel free to look up your medication, see how much we could save you.
I'm Evan Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. You can't turn on the TV or scroll through social media without being bombarded by insurance commercials. They're everywhere, even on the radio. Low rates, big savings. We'll insure your pet iguana. Okay, maybe not the iguana. Sadly, many times you're not saving money, you're just getting your coverage slashed. By the time there's a claim, it's too late to see you've been duped. At Chambers Insurance, our goal is to improve your coverage and get you savings. We're local, family-owned, and we'll work with you to find the right coverage. Chambers Insurance, since 1953.
Trinity goes 60 yards in 5 plays. Jonah Williamson from 3 yards out cashes it in, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Kickoff taken by Zarnecki up over the 25-30, trying to run out of a tackle and cannot do it. Good job there by the Hillers to get a hold and keep a hold and stop that long run back. Good yardage there for Zarnecki.
And here, your Chartiers Valley, this is a tough decision to make. They've had a hard time really keeping the big play from Trinity. Now that's really all Trinity's done, but in this type of situation, that's what matters. Can't have the big plays if you somehow give the ball back. I think, down 2 scores that you probably have to be a little aggressive here.
And play is whistled dead right at the snap. Substitution infraction on Trinity. Trinity has 12 players on the field, and they still do. Okay, going to run 1 on, and now you got to get 2 off. There you go. That'll work.
The linemen up front were all putting their hands up like, what?
Illegal substitution moves the ball to the 42-yard line with 1:01 on the clock. Miranda hands to Lewis, tried to find something over the left guard. Not happening. Is just completely swallowed up by Jackson Starr.
Yeah, Starr just stuck him in the middle. Teagan Barr also in that mix as well. I mean, Trinity's just triggering downhill on these runs.
Last 6 carries for Tayshawn Lewis, 2, 0, 1, 0, -1, 0. 2 yards net on his last 6 carries. Colts can't stop the clock, 25 seconds to play and counting. 2 receivers to the top plus a tight slot that way. Lewis will keep it himself. Made a nice inside-out move, and he'll be able to step out of bounds just shy of midfield. That's close to a first down.
Yeah, and with the arm that Miranda has, it can set him up for a Hail Mary throw. I probably hope to maybe get one more first down. That'd be a 53-yard toss to try to get it to the end zone.
5-yard run for Miranda, and the 9th first down of the first half for CV. Trinity has 4. 14 seconds to play. Second quarter, 21-12 Trinity. Miranda hands off. Lewis on a run around the right side, trying to get to the sideline, and Hiller's tackle him inbounds, and Colts will not get another play off. Got things buttoned up after the early series for a couple of possessions for Chartiers Valley. Hillers allow 1 first down over Chartiers Valley's last 13 snaps, just 1 first down over that stretch. 21-12, Trinity leading Chartiers Valley. We'll get to our halftime activities when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's bus routes service the Washington and Canonsburg areas and extend into downtown Pittsburgh, McDonald, and Monongahela. Children 11 and younger ride free, and seniors 65 and older receive free bus fares on fixed route service. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards, also available at the Washington Transit Center. Freedom Transit, connecting people who live, work, learn, and play in Washington County and surrounding areas.
Friday night lights bring our community together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm Commissioner Electra Janis, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential helpline today at 724-228-1234. That's 724-228-1234. Together, we can fight addiction and build a stronger future for Washington County.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Bear Buick. We have a 2025 Buick Enclave left. Purchase it for only $49,946 with lease loyalty and only $4,000 down. You have a payment of $653. We have a great selection of 2026s. Come up and get yours today.
Purchase includes $500 Conquest rebate and $1,000 GMF bonus cash. 36-month lease at 10,000 miles per year with $4,000 due at signing. Offer good through 10/31/25. See dealer for details.
BudBearGM.com.
Let's get you a scoring recap. Trinity leading 21-12, this back and forth battle. Hillers took the opening possession after picking up 1 first down, decided to punt it away from midfield, but that punt was muffed, and Trinity recovered at the 8-yard line. You'll get those of you watching on our YouTube channel will see that. Trinity picked it up and ran it in, but you can't advance a muffed punt in high school. So the Hillers took over at the 8, and on second down and goal at the 5, Jonah Williamson with the first of what turned out to be 3 rushing touchdowns in the half, a 5-yard run. But Evan Slagle pulled the extra point kick wide to the left, 6-0 Trinity. CV answered with a nifty 63-yard 10-play drive capped by Luke Miranda's 2-yard run. But like Slagle, Mason Swatala pulled the kick wide to the left. He actually pushed it wide to the left. No good. 3:45 to go opening quarter, and the game was tied 6-6. Hiller's next possession, after a holding penalty, Owen Gardner ripped off a 67-yard run. First and goal at the 8, 3 running plays. Got the Hillers to the 2, a false start, backed it up to the 7, and out came the field goal unit. And Cooper Cincinnati booted home a 24-yard effort. Trinity took a 9-6 lead. Chartiers Valley responds, 72 yards in 7 plays, the final 26 yards on a pass play from Miranda to Julius Best for the score. The 12th touchdown pass of the year for Miranda. The Colts decide to go for 2, try to chase that point and get it back. No can do. That pass was short and would not have gotten in anyway. Colts led Trinity 12-9, 8:24 to go in the second. Hillers turn it over on their next possession, an interception thrown, but the defense bows the back after the Colts pick up back-to-back first downs, get the ball to the Trinity 25. Hillers defense allows 0 yards over the next 4 plays, and the Hillers take over at their own 25. First down, Jonah Williamson bust off a 75-yard scoring run, his second rushing touchdown of the night. Extra point kick, guess where it went? Wide left. no good. Trinity 15, Chartiers Valley 12, 4:07 to go in the half. CV went 3 plays and a punt. Hillers took over at their own 40-yard line. On 2nd and 11, Gardner broke another long one, 52-yard run for Gardner to the 9, and on 3rd and goal from the 3, Williamson scores from 3 yards out, his 3rd touchdown of the night, 13th rushing touchdown of the year. Tried to pass for 2, and Williamson short-armed it, just pulled the ball up short, had a receiver breaking, he rolled to his right and was throwing back to his left, and receiver wide open, and Williamson just threw it short to keep the score where we are here at the half, 21-12 Trinity. Chartiers Valley will get the ball to start the second half. I have the Hillers 227 yards rushing, 129 for Owen Gardner, and 95 yards for Williamson. Hillers only 13 yards passing. Williamson 2 of 4 with an interception. 240 total offense for the Hillers in the first half. On the ground for Chartiers Valley, 39 yards rushing, 168 passing, though. They put up 135 yards in that second quarter, double what they had in the first quarter, but the Hiller defense found a way to get a couple of stops, and the defense playing much better later in that first half than they did early on. And the total offense numbers, I have 240 for Trinity, 207 for Chartiers Valley at the break. A lot of things coming up on our halftime. Coming to you in just a moment after the break, it will be the PAC football report. We have an examination of the playoff picture for the Washington Greene County teams, the 19 schools that play football in the 2-county area. That's all coming your way. We're at the half. Trinity 21, Chartiers Valley 12. Back to the PAC football report after this timeout here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Slovenian Savings and Loan is here for your life, your future, and your dreams. While life's pace seems to get faster and faster, Slovenian Savings and Loan still stands by its traditional values of honesty, integrity, and building personal relationships. Enjoy all modern conveniences to make banking easy, combined with a down-to-earth, face-to-face way of doing business. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Radio and TV today are cluttered with ads for car insurance. You might find these ads clever, funny, or even annoying. Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency. We like to keep things simple. We will give you the best possible coverage at the best possible price with great hometown service without all those gimmicks. Call us to get a free no-obligation quote with Erie Insurance. You might be surprised how much you can save. That's the Day Insurance Agency, 724-228-3448, or online at dayinsurance.com.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for October 11th, 2025. I'm Joe Underco. This week we will take a quick look back at last week's football action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 6 contests this Saturday. Week 5 proved to be clarifying in the race for the 2025 PAC title, as only 2 teams remain unbeaten in league play and are matched up this weekend. W&J and Westminster are both 2-0 in the PAC, with the Presidents posting a 70-13 road blowout at Hiram, while the Titans blanked Bethany at home 52-0. Grove City handed Geneva its first league loss with a 22-9 road victory, while Allegheny did the same at Waynesburg, winning 21-11. Finally, Case Western Reserve rolled to a 42-14 road decision at St. Vincent. Teal had the weekend off. Offensive PAC Player of the Week laurels in Week 5 went to W&J senior running back Kobe DeRosa, who posted 4 touchdowns, 3 on the ground and 1 receiving, at Hiram. Defensive recognition went to Grove City junior linebacker Ben Bladel, with a school record 4 QB sacks at Geneva. Special teams honors went to Case Western Reserve freshman punter Nick Delfow, who averaged 41 yards per punt at St. Vincent. Newcomer of the week was Allegheny freshman quarterback Nick Barker, with 173 passing yards and 3 TDs at Waynesburg. The headline contest in Week 6 features 3-1 Westminster at 2-2 Washington and Jefferson for the President's homecoming game at Cameron Stadium in Washington at 2 p.m. W&J has dominated the all-time series 40-6, including a 21-14 win in New Wilmington a year ago. The winner will have sole possession of first place in the conference at 3-0 with 5 weeks to play. Veteran W&J head coach Mike Sirianni talks about where the season turned around for his squad.
Well, usually people don't like a bye week that early in the season, but I think that bye week hit us at a perfect time. So we kind of just reset the season, refocused, told them all their goals were still there. Okay, we just, we're starting the season 0-0 in conference play. So bye week came at a perfect time for us.
After playing 4 of their first 5 games on the road, 2-2-1 Case Western Reserve returns home to DeSanto Field in Cleveland for a 4:30 p.m. homecoming kickoff against 2-2 Allegheny. It's the 32nd all-time meeting in a series that Allegheny leads 20-11. However, the Spartans have won the last 5 meetings, including a 58-14 final in Meadville last season. Longtime Spartan head coach Greg Debelak previews the matchup against the Gators.
They're a well-coached team on both sides of the ball. I see a defensively much more aggressive and attacking group than last year. They had so many things go wrong last year, and that staff has done a great job just righting the ship and getting their guys to play fast.
The lone night game on the calendar has Bethany in search of its first win of the season as the 0-4 Bison host 1-4 St. Vincent at Bison Stadium in West Virginia at 7 p.m. The teams are meeting for the 21st time, with Bethany leading the series 14-6 all-time, including a 21-13 victory in Latrobe in 2024. Bison head coach Brandon Robinson talks about hosting a night game for the first time at Bethany.
In past years, our night games have been away, so it's been kind of nice. You get to travel, and that fills up your time pretty good. But being a home game, this is my first home game here at Bethany that's a night game. I'm sure it will feel like a long day. I'm sure it will. But the reason that we want to do is we want to have some excitement, in the evening, playing with the lights, and thought it would be fun for the guys. So I'm looking forward to that.
In other Week 6 conference contests, 2-2 Grove City hosts 2-3 Waynesburg for the Wolverines' annual homecoming contest at Thorne Field in Grove City at 2 p.m. It's the 61st all-time matchup between the Presbyterian rivals dating back to 1903. Grove City has won the last 6 meetings, with the last Yellow Jacket win in the series being a 14-10 final in 2016. Finally, 2-3 Geneva travels north to Greenville to face 0-4 Teal in a 12 noon kickoff at Alumni Stadium in Greenville. The teams have met 48 times in a series which started in 1899. The Golden Tornadoes have won the past 9 meetings, including a 21-6 final in Beaver Falls last year. Hiram has the weekend off. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can also follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Touchdown, Waynesburg! Ever wanted to work behind the scenes of a sports broadcast? Waynesburg University's Department of Communication gives you the opportunity to do just that. Our students produce the show, call the action, and tell the story as it happens. Or get involved in the sports information side, taking stats, PA announcing, and delivering the results to a growing sports audience. The Waynesburg University Department of Communication is waiting to hear from you. So what are you waiting for?
For more information, visit waynesburg.edu. In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
You deserve a bank that brings fresh ideas to your business. One that can see you're a cut above and knows you like you know your customers. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on preparing personalized solutions, ones that cater to the unique needs of your business. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Back at halftime at Hiller Field, Trinity 21, Chartiers Valley 12. CV will get the ball. We're still several minutes away. In fact, the Trinity band just taking the field. WPIL football regular season ends Saturday, October 25th with the conclusion of the Burgettstown Bishop Cannabin game at Dormont Stadium. All told, 65 teams will enter the WPIL playoffs, most of them by claiming one of their conference's automatic berths. 16 others will come by way of invitation of the WPIL Football Steering Committee as wildcards. At this moment, the league expected to release the brackets the afternoon of the final day, though that could get complicated should Burgettstown play its way back into contention. Following, I've got a 3-week look at the playoff picture for the 19 Washington and Greene County teams. 6A Cannon-McMillan, the Big Macs, would be in the playoffs if they started today. But CM has yet to play any of the three teams before tonight's game at Wexford kicked off. Likely needing one win down the stretch, Cannon-McMillan faces North Allegheny, Norwin, and Central Catholic. In 6A, the top 4 teams qualify. You'll see there on the standings, Thursday night, Central Catholic beat Norwin 35-6. That puts CM ahead of Norwin. Big news for the Big Macs. Seneca Valley, looking for its first conference win, is leading 20-0 against Hempfield. That would be a huge situation because Hempfield handed Cannon-McMillan its only loss. The Big Macs already beat Seneca Valley and Mount Lebanon, and that would be a big help for the Big Macs playoff hopes. Let's go to 5A, the Allegheny 6. Peters Township, number 2 ranked team in the classification behind Pine Richland. Peters Township all but clinches a playoff spot with one more win, taking on South Fayette tonight and leading there 10-0. The Indians also play Baldwin and then Bethel Park. Top 3 teams in 5A in each conference qualify, along with 3 wildcard selections that will make up a 12-team 5A bracket. Switch to 4A, and again, my apologies. I'm shy a win for Ringgold there. The Rams are 1-1 in the league along with TJ, and those 2 teams are playing tonight in Jefferson Hills. The Hillers and the Colts share the Big 6 conference lead, 1 game ahead of Ringgold and TJ. Trinity and CV at halfway through their game here tonight. The winner takes over sole possession of first place. Ringgold at Thomas Jefferson. In 4A, the top 2 teams qualify automatically for the 8-team bracket, and they'll be supplemented by 2 wildcard teams. Trinity will finish with Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon, both on the road. Ringgold has Bell Vernon and Chartiers Valley still on its schedule. In 4A, the McGuffey Highlanders in 3A in the Western Hills Conference, McGuffey cannot qualify. The Highlanders are locked in a lengthy losing skid. 12-team bracket will make up with the top 3 conference finishers and 3 WPIL wildcards. On to 2A. In the Century Conference, Wash High, Waynesburg, and Charleroi all included there. Little Prexies are a near lock to qualify for the 13-team bracket. Top 3 finishers in each, and 4 additional wildcards will be chosen. Wash High has games with Charleroi and the Little Prexies leading 39-9 in the second quarter there tonight. The Wash High will take on Carleton and then go to Dormont Stadium and face co-leader Seton LaSalle on October the 24th. Waynesburg can take a huge step forward with a win tonight at Keystone Oaks. Last word we had, I believe, now at the half, Keystone Oaks 7, Waynesburg 6. A win there would help the Raiders in both the automatic berth and wildcard categories. Waynesburg finishes with Charleroi and Stowe Rocks, 2 of the bottom 3. Charleroi has Wash High, Waynesburg, and Stowe to close the year. Cougars aren't out yet, but hanging on by just a thread, and they may be out with a loss tonight. On to 1A, we'll go to Black Hills first. 16 teams will make up the 1A playoff field. That's the top 3 in each of the 4 conferences. That gives you 12 teams, and then 4 wildcard selections. Barring a stumble against a team below them in the standings, the 4th place finisher in both the Black Hills that you see there and the Tri-County South looked to be in good position to grab one of those at-large invitations, but Carmichael's thought they were in last year as well, and that didn't happen. In the Black Hills, Fort Cherry's the two-time defending WPIL champion, sharing the conference lead with the Bishop Canavan, and right now in the second quarter, Fort Cherry is up on the Crusaders 28-12. Rangers have a non-conference game next week and then host Sarah Catholic to close the season. Winner of tonight's game has sole possession of first place. Chartiers Houston is tied with Cornell in the standings, both at 2-2. Monessen in a virtual tie at 1-2 as well. Bucks hosting Sarah Catholic. Last we had there, Chartiers Houston up 14-0 on Sarah. Then Chartiers goes to Cornell next week to close their conference slate, and at this moment we are planning to be there in Coriopolis for that game. Burgettstown is alive, but would have to win out and get some help to make it. The Blue Devils leading Monessen 7-6 in the second quarter tonight. Then visit Sarah Catholic, the bottom end of the bracket or standings, before taking on Bishop Canavan to close the regular season. And now in the Tri-County South, California, Jeff Morgan, Avella, and Bentworth well ahead of the bottom half. October 24th, Jeff Morgan hosts California. Avella goes to Bentworth. That will likely set the final order and determine which team will be on the wild card bubble. However, developments here may have play a part in that. Bentworth, who lost to California only 8-7 when the Trojans got a 2-point conversion after scoring a late touchdown. Bentworth is leading Jeff Morgan 21-13. That game is at the half. Chartiers Houston, by the way, now 21-0 up on Sarah Catholic, and that is at the half. But Jefferson trailing 21-13, and we got word their quarterback may be out for the rest of the night, and that would not bode well. But the Bentworth win could create really a logjam. If Bentworth wins tonight, they would pull even with Jefferson Morgan. Avella can stay in that if they can beat Carmichael's, but Carmichael's is leading Avella 14-7 in Ray, Pennsylvania, and that game is at the half. Best Center and West Green are still alive, but just barely. Carmichael's and Mapletown can only hope to play spoilers, and that's what the Mikes are trying to do tonight. Rockets are at Bentworth tonight, host Avella next week, then California to close the regular season. California is home with West Green and Best Center, then travels down Route 88 to Jefferson. Avella home to Carmichael's tonight, goes to Jefferson, Morgan, then Bentworth. The Bearcats are at Mapletown between their home games tonight with Jefferson and the end of their regular season against Avella. Let's see, another score update for you. Peters Township 17, South Fayette 7. That is at the half. So Peters with that 10-point lead. We gave you 10-0 earlier, and now 17-7. Peters at the half in 5A. A couple of other scores we'll grab for you and get you ready for the second half. When we come back, it's Trinity 21, Chartiers Valley 12 here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You can buy and service with confidence at Calusi Chevrolet, knowing we've been in business since 1918.
With hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock, and with one of the largest commercial truck departments in the Pittsburgh area, we're sure to have exactly what you're looking for.
And with our award-winning service, parts, and collision departments, we can meet all your automotive needs.
We're easy to find, located just off I-79 at the Bridgeville South Fayette exit. Check us out online at Calusi.com.
Any insurance agent can sell you a policy. At RTI Insurance Services, we're going to sell you what you need. As a family-owned independent agency, RTI Insurance Services will provide you with multiple solutions for your personal and business coverages. We're proud to support area athletes, families, and communities, and we'd love to help you too. RTI Insurance Services in South Point. Online at trustrti.com.
Quick run through the scores for you. Trinity 21, Chartiers Valley 12. Colts will get the ball to start the second half. 6A, North Allegheny 14, Cannon McMillan 0. Seneca Valley 20, Hempfield 0. In 5A, Peters Township 17, South Fayette 7, Upper St. Clair 14, Bethel Park 6. Also in the Big 6 in 4A, Bell Vernon 21, Laurel Highlands nothing. That in the second quarter. 2A Century Conference, Wash High 39, Charleroi 9, Keystone Oaks 7, Waynesburg 6. Black Hills Conference, Fort Cherry leading Bishop Canavan 28-12. Burgettstown 7, Monessen 6 at the half. Chartiers Houston 21, Sarah Catholic nothing. In the 1A Tri-County South, Carmichael's 14, Avella 7, Bentworth 21, Jefferson Morgan 13, Best Center 35, Mapletown nothing, and California 30, West Green nothing. That's about as busy as a halftime as I think we've ever had. There's a lot of info there. Hope you took good notes because there will be a test following the ball game. Crucial here for Trinity. Keep playing defense like they did in the second half of that second quarter.
Yeah, and Chartiers Valley's in basically the same spot Trinity was a week ago. You have to, obviously they're starting out with the ball, which is a little different. You have to be able to get points on the board and then get a stop.
High short kick, fair catch indicated and taken at the 25-yard line by John Paparella. So CV will start at its own 25. And the Hillers a couple of times have used that high short kick, fair catch made.
Yeah, and I like that. Right there, Paparella just calls for that fair catch, and it saves you from any sort of. You have the momentum. There's no reason to risk losing it with a big play or something of that sort.
1st and 10, Chartiers Valley at its own 25-yard line. Just 16 rushing yards in that second quarter, and then 39 total at the half. Play fake, Miranda rolls, throws into the middle of the field, has Holloway wide open, and he's out across the 35 to about almost the 40-yard line, first down.
Holloway holding that ball out with one hand, which can be dangerous in the middle of the field. That's a really good read from the QB. Miranda just has to throw it across his body a little bit, but delivers an accurate ball. He's played a really nice game.
10 of 14, 182 and a touchdown. Also has a rushing touchdown. 1st and 10 after that 14-yard pickup out to the 39-yard line. Miranda with a running back on his left hip and 2 receivers wide to the left. Miranda rolls to his left, dumps the ball off, and the pass is out in front of Mike Lawrence, incomplete.
And right there, Trinity gets the pressure. Anthony Georgie bringing the heat as he goes untouched into the backfield. Miranda had his guy in the flat, but unable to hit him.
That's a play Lawrence is trying to catch running. If he lays out, he's able, gets 2 hands on that ball, but he tried to stay on his feet and maybe do something afterwards. And so instead of getting 5 on the dive, you end up getting nothing. 2nd and 10 at the 39. Of course, that's what the band geek says. Twins left, single receiver this way. Miranda's pass inside, caught by Holloway, and he's got a first down at midfield. Well, and Miranda, watch him throw the ball. It just flicks his wrist, and whoosh, there it is.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a, what you'd call it with like a pitcher in baseball, kind of a 3/4 arm slot, not going all the way from up top, a little bit from the side. And, that window can actually allow you to make some throws that otherwise wouldn't be available.
The other thing is he doesn't really step into his throws. It's just all arm. Gain of 11 here. 1st and 10 at midfield. Running play coming this way. Lewis grabbed by the foot from behind. David Gill will help with that tackle. Gain of about 2. Lewis has really struggled after getting 16, 20 on his first 3, 22 yards on his first 4 carries, just 11 yards on the next 10 carries. Gain of 2 on this play. Clock approaching 10 minutes to go third quarter. 2nd down and 8 at the Trinity 48-yard line. 2 receivers wide each way from Miranda. Looks, pumps to his right, now roll, flushed out, stumbles, stays on his feet, throws the ball to the sideline, incomplete.
That's a wise move from Miranda to just toss that one away. He had nothing there. He got pressure, a good rep on the outside by Anthony Georgie.
Two of 4 passing in this second half, and now 11 of 17 in the ball game. 3rd down and 8 at the Trinity 48-yard line. Trinity 21, Chartiers Valley 12. Just under 10 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Trips left, single receiver this way. High snap, Miranda handles that, started left, rolls right, throws the ball to the sideline, thrown off the mark and intercepted. Ball is picked off by Ben Priest.
Good play by Priest. It was just really an easy pick to make. Miranda gets pressured. Gardner, Georgie on the outside, and he has to just kind of chuck up a prayer. Honestly, if you're Miranda, that works out kind of fine. It works out as a sort of arm punt, but still a good defensive play and a good execution by Trinity.
Yeah, the punt aspect only works if the CV defense can stop Trinity now. Ball at the 17-yard line. Interception, just the 2nd thrown this year by Miranda in 81 passes. And that's offset by a dozen touchdown throws. You'll take those percentages all the time. 1st and 10 Trinity from the 17, leading 21-12. Williamson pulls it back from Gardner and powers up over the 20 to the 22. 5-yard run for Jonah Williamson.
Yeah, and that's kind of an early down bread and butter play for Trinity. You know, right there, you can get some explosive runs off that read, as we saw with the touchdown run earlier from Williamson. But, you know, that's just, you're really trying to set up a 2nd and short, 2nd and manageable.
Second year in a row that Trinity has 2 rushers with 100 at least. Williamson now with 100. Pass into traffic, caught. Rifle throw there by Williamson out to about the 29, make it the 30-yard line. And he stuck that between 2 defenders and right into Owen Samagala.
Yet another poor snap that Williamson stuck picking up off his shoelaces. And he's able to still keep with the timing and deliver really, that's a really tough throw to execute. He did it right there.
Samagala, 8-yard reception, 1st down at the 30-yard line. Clock turning at 8:45 to play in the 3rd. Trinity up 21-12. Williamson fakes the toss, keeps himself, has 5, and knocked down on an arm tackle. Good second effort to stay with him by Nija Robleski to make the stop, but 6-yard run for Williamson.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been it's been the run game for Trinity. That's been where almost all their success has been. Just 3 completions for Williamson.
At the half, Bell Vernon leads Laurel Highlands 21-6. Thomas Jefferson 35. Ringgold nothing. 2nd down at 4. Williamson flushed out, rolls near side, and has all kind of room. 45-50. Williamson gets a little screen block inside the 30 and finally had to cut back to defenders and is down inside the 25.
CV loses contain of Williamson. It was really an all-out blitz, and if you lose contain on a blitz like that, someone with Jonah Williamson's speed has nothing but turf in front of him.
You'll remember Steve Spence when I asked him what they have to do, and when I specifically in reference to, how do you attack the Trinity offense? And he said we have to contain Williamson. Well, 146 yards rushing tonight and 3 touchdowns. Hasn't worked. Slot man motions to the far side. That's Georgie. Now resets behind the right tackle. Williamson hands off to Gardner. Try to jump cut to the left and get something out of that. It's going to be a couple of yards, but not much more. Gardner to the 22, run of 2. He has 131 yards on his 7 carries. Williamson now 11 for 146. Add that together, you get 277. Daniel Glass will get him to 280 then, extra 3 yards there. Twins right, single receiver, now motion Georgie, so tight slot and the Twins to the right side. Williamson runs it himself, got hit at the line and gave that, got inside of that and then gave that yardage back. So down at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, just a little hesitation from Williamson. I think he had the toss right there. but decided to keep it himself.
Just the fourth Trinity run for loss or no gain tonight. Pass coming across inside the 20 and out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Georgie on the drag from that tight slot right across. First down.
And he just goes uncovered. And CV fully defending the middle of that field, but once he cleared, there was no one over in the flat.
Just the second catch of the year for Georgie. First and 10 at the CV 11-yard line. Williamson drops and rolls right, keeps trying to go wide. Now buying time, throws the ball toward the pylon, but that one actually found the soccer net, out of bounds, incomplete. And that is, in all levels of football, that's one of the major improvements in rules, that a quarterback can throw that ball away and not get called for grounding.
Yeah, it keeps it safer. You know, if the quarterback can't cleanly get rid of it outside the pocket, you know, little risk. Obviously, if you don't get it back to the line of scrimmage, then you're going to get that call, but it's a good rule.
Second down and 10 at the 11. Williamson dropped the snap. It was a good snap this time, and now he's in trouble. Ran out of a tackle in the backfield, now has blockers and nothing but sideline. Touchdown, Jonah Williamson.
Wow, I mean, that looked like it was going to be a dangerous play. It was certainly a broken play, but, you know, someone with the talent of Jonah Williamson can turn those into touchdowns, as he does right there.
11-yard touchdown run for Jonah Williamson, his fourth rushing touchdown of the night. 5:47 to play, third quarter. Trinity now up 27-12. And Schreier to hold. Cooper Cincinnati to try another PAT here. Problem with the snap, but Schreier tees it up, and Cincinnati boots it home. Trinity 28, Chartiers Valley 12, 5:47 to play in the third. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Since 1978, Quality Quick Printing has been a single source for all your business, organization, and corporate printing needs. A full-service digital document solution center, high-speed digital copying, large format, design and finishing, direct mail services, and so much more. Call their print solutions specialists to help with your next project. 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We go into individuals' homes and provide non-medical care for mainly senior citizens, but also people with disabilities. We do stuff like bathing, grooming, meal preparation, take people to doctor's appointments. Someone needs a little bit of assistance to help them stay in their home instead of going into a facility, and we like to come in and be the people that do that for them.
Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care for your loved one in the comfort of their home. Find out more, sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
Here it's Trinity 28, Chartiers Valley 12. I have to give you a correction on the Bell Vernon Laurel Highlands halftime score. It is Bell Vernon 41, Laurel Highlands 6. Run up, and the kick is chipped high, going to get inside the 20, take it at the 17-yard line. Zernecki made a nice inside-out move. He's got the sideline, but going to get caught from behind, and a flag comes down at the 38-yard line as well. Zarnecki from the 17 going to get out to almost the 50-yard line, but we're going to get a penalty here. Holding Chartiers Valley. I had that just as their second penalty, a delay of game earlier, right after Trinity gave an offside penalty. But this return from the 17 will be officially credited out to the 38-yard line and then 10 yards back, so the net is 1 yard. Ball at the CV 28.
I think if you're Chartiers Valley, you might try to take a shot on this first play, go deep.
Well, they've not been able to run the ball since early in the ball game. They go to a running play, and the running back runs into a blocker, or the blocker ran into the running back. Justin Torhune could not get out of the way, and Lewis is dragged down for a loss back to the 25.
And I get it's not as simple as I can make it sound, but you're down 2 scores. Your run game has been ineffective for the last basically 2 quarters of game time. You got to stick to what's worked thus far and just keep on throwing it, in my opinion.
15 rushing yards in the last quarter and a half. Miranda with a play fake, now finds a man open, dumps the ball off, and it is incomplete. Pass just too tall. Mike Lawrence had it, but as he came to the ground, he couldn't pull it in, but had to reach way up over his head, and the incomplete pass brings up 3rd down.
And what that does, that opening play loss puts you in a situation now where that's directly really what leads you to the 3rd and long.
3rd and 13. Miranda one completion in his last 5 throws, and one of the others was to Ben Priest. 3rd and 13. Miranda steps up, throws it, has Holloway again, makes a move out across the 35, and that spin backwards is going to get him the 1st down.
That was a good move by Holloway to get him to that front marker and get an extra yard or 2. Good throw once again by Miranda.
And Miranda over 200 passing yards in the game now at 208. 6 catches for Holloway. Came in as their leading receiver in terms of catches. Now has 31 on the year. 6 tonight. 1st and 10, Colts at their own 40-yard line. Running play again, Lewis up the middle. Going to get 2, maybe 3. Looks like going to get credit for 3. Well, it depends on which line of scrimmage official they use. One is solidly at the 43. The other one is solidly at the 42. And we're going to the 42, so a gain of 2. And the Hillers have to be thrilled with what they've done run defense the last, certainly this game. Gave up 200 plus to Tyler Eber a week ago, but that's 14 yards on the last 13 carries for Tayshawn Lewis. Miranda has all kind of time, trying to keep the play alive, and now we'll throw it for grabs, and it's intercepted at the 37-yard line. Hillers with another takeaway, and Miranda just threw it up for grabs.
Yeah, and he had time there. There was no reason to force a pass. Really nothing but time in the pocket. He just threw up a gimme.
And Tyler Welch with the interception. 2nd takeaway for Trinity tonight, plus the punt muff. Welsh with the run back of about 10 yards out to the 47-yard line. So Trinity in great position with 3:32 to play in the 3rd, up 28-12. The Hillers are not interested in coasting from here in any fashion. Single back, Williamson on that quick pitch to Gardner. Put a foot in the ground, up over the 50, 45, and knocked out of bounds after picking up a 1st down.
And just another play. I mean, Chartiers Valley's just not been able to tackle Owen Gardner or Jonah Williamson for that matter. That's really been the biggest difference on that side of the ball. Trinity breaking just so many tackles.
Keystone Oaks and Waynesburg now 14 all in the 3rd quarter. Canamac gets on the board before halftime. It's North Allegheny 14, Cannon McMillan 7. 1st and 10 at the 42. Low snap. Williamson hands to Gardner. Powers forward for 4. Down inside the 40-yard line.
Late flag.
A very late flag. I mean, that flag came after unpiling, and boy, the Colts are backing up, and they know it's on them.
Oh, yeah, they're getting them off the field.
Ball will go to the CV-23. We'll get unsportsmanlike, I believe. And another Trinity first down. Williamson fakes to Gardner, keeps it himself, and Williamson going to get a little pinballed in that backfield there. There's too much penetration. Those of you watching on the video, you'll see there's just too many people in the backfield wearing white uniforms.
And I think, CV's at a point where they're selling out for the run. Probably going to be able to pop one up over the back of this defense.
Good job by Jonah Williamson to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Toss to Gardner, trying to make a man miss, and Gardner going to be dragged down and lose a couple.
There you go. That's good job of group tackling right there. Coming in to finish that one off was Nick Washington.
First final score of the night. Best Center 48, Mapletown nothing. 10 carries for Owen Gardner. And I have 143 yards on the ground. Third down and 13. Williamson stands, floats the ball for the end zone, looking for Avari Chandler, who would get run out of his pattern, and ball carries out of bounds, incomplete, so it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, defender really had Chandler step there. Actually had the step on Chandler.
Hillers will keep the offense out on fourth down and 13. Ball at the Chartiers Valley 26-yard line, 90 seconds to play, third quarter. Williamson hits the shotgun snap, pressure right away, trying to run out of that, and he's going to get sacked. Heaves the ball down the field, and has a receiver in the area, and I think they're going to say that, no, they're going to bring it back and call Williamson down, I think.
Yeah, I think he was down. We'll see it clearer on replay.
Well, he certainly had a receiver where he threw the ball. I mean, he had a receiver 4 yards away from where the ball hit the ground.
On replay, it looked like Williamson hadn't been downed yet, but it was really bang, bang. It really wouldn't have been able to clearly tell that unless we slowed it down.
Yeah, they are going to call the sack out at the 36-yard line, so a loss of 10 there, and the ball over on downs with 1:23 to play. So Chartiers Valley gets a defensive stop. Wash High leading Charleroi now 61-9. First and 10, quarterback keeper. Miranda hit just as he pulled the ball back out of the belly of the running back, and does a nice job to end up with a positive gain there. Was taken down by Matt Richards, part of the tackle.
Yeah, he had to battle just for that 1 yard. Trinity in the run game just has been very stout, very disciplined.
Miranda's going to get credit for 1 yard pickup. 5 carries, 7 yards. Second down and 9. 45 seconds to play, third quarter. Miranda started to his right, back to his left, spins back to the right, sets and throws the ball toward the sideline, and late break defense. And Holloway get the ball, Glass get the ball, nobody got the ball.
It ended up bounding around until that one went out. It looked like Glass maybe was going to have the jump on it, but another dangerous ball. This time Miranda gets away with it.
Yeah, the ball ended up on the ground. Neither of them caught it, actually. I'm not even sure what there is to talk about.
Miranda's just trying to do a little bit too much here.
Third down and 9 for the Colts. Trinity leading 28-12, final minute of the third quarter. Randa looks things over. Pass intended on the near side of the 40-yard line is knocked away. It falls incomplete. Target there was Owen Wiegraff, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Makai Bowman, that's textbook. He stays with his man out of the break, keeps tight with him, and just breaks it up on that quick out.
Looked like there was a conversation on the CV sideline, but with 12 and a half minutes to play, you have to punt the ball here. You're down 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. I mean, you're down 2 scores. You got to punt the ball here. You can't give Trinity the ball at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and if this were 4th and short, I'd say, inside of 4th and 5, then yeah, sure. But I agree right here. That'd be.
Paparella gets a nice spiral punt away. Hillers are going to take it, make a man miss, return up over the 35, and Trinity will have the ball just shy of the 40-yard line. A 22 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. We'll keep it here, Jason. I know. You kept me on my toes there. Appreciate that. Trinity 1st and 10 at its own 39-yard line. The Hillers up 16. Any score here for Trinity will all but salt this one away. Williamson hands it off to Gardner. Gardner ran actually into traffic, took it to his right, and he's going to end up with a gain of only 2 as the quarter comes to an end. Trinity 28, Chartiers Valley 12. 4th quarter on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County help you with the heavy lifting before winter. First Federal gives you all the tools you need with FHA Title I home improvement, home equity, construction, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties, your loan stays here. Apply in person or anytime online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy. We don't sign every insurance contract out there. We don't participate in every network. And what we've come to realize is if we take our invoice cost on generic drugs, add a fair dispense fee, we can save you money depending on the medication. No insurance, no middlemen. You have a prescription, you pay us, you're done. If you take generic drugs, this program's for you. Go to our website at curtispharmacy.com, click the Dare to Compare link, and feel free to look up your medication, see how much we could save you.
12 minutes to play. Trinity leading 28-12, and the ball in hand. 2nd down and 8 from the 41-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Running play going left side. Gardner bounces it further out. 45. He's got midfield in the 1st down, and then ran out of a tackle inside the CV 45-yard line.
Gardner just working through traffic again. Gets strung out, and another missed tackle on the edge. John Paparella has a chance to end that play. Owen Gardner, too much to handle.
A couple of scores quickly. Bentworth 28, Jeff Morgan 13. That's in the 3rd. Fort Cherry 34, Bishop Canavan 12. That run for Owen Gardner, good for 16, adds on and puts the Hillers over 300 rushing yards on the night. Now 311 with that 16-yard run. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Single back. Glass now with Williamson. Glass took the handoff and hit right at the line. Fights off of that to get a yard. Glass gets a yard. That's his 3rd carry. Just 4 yards running tonight. But the Trinity rolls up 87 yards offense in that 3rd quarter, including 68 on the ground. Meanwhile, Chartiers Valley held to 44 yards, 40 of that passing, just 4 more rushing yards for the Colts in the game. 2nd down and 9. Williamson rolls to his right, Now makes a man miss in the backfield, trying to set up blockers. Got to make sure you're facing the right way. Williamson on the keeper, gets inside the 40 and fights down to the 36-yard line. Close to a peel back block there.
Yeah, I was going to say that's kind of right on the borderline.
Yep. And watch Jackson Starr. Starr now, he's not, when he throws this block, oh no, it was not Starr, it was one of the other O-linemen, Kalchek, who was facing the goal line that they were defending when he threw the block. But play on is the rule. Carry to the 36-yard line, 6 yards for Jonah Williamson. Play clock down to 15. Hillers break the huddle. 2-by-2, 4 wide receivers, single back. 5 on the play clock. Gardner motions out of that. Williamson going to get hit and sacked. Somebody came untouched up the middle. Yeah, Lawrence just came free, untouched, and Williamson did a nice job to hang on to the ball. But now 4th down and long, and the Hillers will send the punt unit out.
That's one of those rushes, you just time it up perfectly, and whenever you time it like that and you're having a free rusher, there's really nothing the quarterback can do.
Well, now 4th down and 14. The Hillers will punt. Going to get this ball to the ground on the numbers. Bound inside the 10, the 5, and trying to keep it out. And just, the Hillers got there, but I think it was Avari Chandler. He's trying to corral the ball, just smack it back.
Yep.
And then you're going to slide into the end zone. Just smack it back and let somebody else down it. But the touchback will bring it out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. 9 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Trinity 28, Chartiers Valley 12. Later on tonight, we'll have all the scores of the Washington Greene County games tonight posted WJPA.com. Postgame, we'll talk about what this win will mean for whoever gets it. Toss left and run up over the 20 to the 23. Tayshawn Lewis has not had much room to work with.
I mean, that's very inefficient numbers for Lewis. That 3-yard run actually constitutes an improvement in his yard per attempt.
Yeah. 18 carries for 39 yards tonight. Second down and 7. Colts at their own 23-yard line. High snap. Miranda rolls right, throws the ball, has a man out there. It's Julius Best, tries to reach down and make the catch and could not pull it up from around his knees, running away from the ball.
Yeah, I think right there, Best just needs to decelerate and settle under that. He just kept moving with it and ends up not being able to haul it in.
Upper St. Clair 36, Bethel Park 12. That's 3rd quarter score. 5A Allegheny 6. CV 3rd down and 7. Now at the point where if you don't go backwards here, you're going to go for it because you're just now running out of time. Miranda drops and rolls, throws back, screen. Lewis makes the catch, and Lewis steps through 20, 25, 30, up over the 40, and out of bounds on the near side.
That screen that's a well-called play. You get the motion going right, too. You get the defenders looking that way, and then you flip the little halfback slip, going the other direction.
24 yards on the catch for Lewis, his 10th reception of the year, 2nd tonight. Out of bounds play stops the clock. 8:06 to play in the 4th. Trinity 28, Chartiers Valley 12. Miranda will keep on a designed run and gets the legs cut out from under him by Makai Bowman. Miranda, 6th run of the night. That's a yard on this carry. 8 yards on 6 carries. That's not terribly efficient either.
No, it's just overall on the ground been very inefficient to the point where that type of inefficiency really cripples your offense.
Well, when you've been able to throw for 230-plus yards just by flicking the ball around, you're down 2 scores, really at a place where Miranda is going to want to throw the ball. Now dumps the ball off, pass is caught, Trinity territory, 40, 35, and out of bounds on the pass play to Tayshawn Lewis.
Yeah, that was a clean win off the line. Georgie, he's done excellent in pass rushing snaps today, and he puts the pressure on Miranda, but fortunately for Miranda, he looks up and his running back's right out in front of him. He can just flip one to him.
23 yards on that completion, and another first down. Chartiers Valley now up, Fort Cherry up 42-12 on Bishop Canavan. Pass play to the far side receiver, blew by the defender, makes the catch, nice adjustment back to it, and into the end zone. Holloway, touchdown.
Yeah, Miranda, that throw way behind him, but Holloway made it not matter. He goes up and wins that ball. Just over top the defender, puts him on a poster.
29-yard touchdown pass. Catch for Holloway, his 7th tonight, and puts him over 100 receiving yards. Now he's approaching 500 receiving yards for the year. 2-point conversion attempt, 7:09 to play. The Colts get that quick score. And now go for 2. Ball at the near hash mark. Miranda fires for the end zone. Pass is deflected away, incomplete. Would have been a nearly impossible catch anyway. Try to go right back to Holloway, and the try fails. 7:09 to play in the 4th. Trinity 28, Chartiers Valley 18. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Hi, this is Mac Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. For over 70 years, we've been here for you, your family, and your business. At a time in which premiums continue to rise and policy coverage is more confusing and limited than ever before, we're proud to be your trusted guides. No gimmicks or surprises, just real protection at the best possible price. Personal, business, or bonds, will keep it simple and straightforward, just as we've always done. Chambers Insurance, helping you navigate today's insurance world. Learn more at chambersinsurance.com.
Freedom Transit's Pittsburgh Metro route services park and rides in Washington and Canonsburg, including Bow Street and South Point to downtown Pittsburgh. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards also available at the Washington Transit Center. Our riders enjoy a car-free commute, avoiding traffic and parking. Downtown stops include Gateway Center, Boulevard of the Allies, Smithfield Street, and East Busway.
Well, Chartiers Valley will kick off down 10, so it's still 2 scores, even though you got the 1 touchdown. Trinity now in kind of a hybrid, not sure whether to expect an onside or whether a kick deep. What's going to happen? The run-up, and it's going to be a kind of an in-between kick. Picked up at the 39-yard line. If you're Trinity, just get down with the ball here. And wasn't as smooth as Bowman probably would have liked to have gone down with the ball, but he did keep the football.
That's one I think you field and you just lay on it.
Yeah, bounding ball, you can't fair catch it. You don't have that protection, so catch it, cover it up, be done. You know, legally you can't be hit. And an injured Chartiers Valley player. 7:05 to play in the 4th. 28-18 Trinity back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Friday Night Lights brings our communities together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm County Commissioner Nick Sherman, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential hotline today at 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a strong future for Washington County. 724-228-1234.
Injured player is Justin Terhune, and able to get to his feet and jog off under his own power. Avella has scored, and at the end of 3 quarters, it's Carmichael's 14, Avella 13. And Avella now in a position where they can play their way into second place with what's still to come. We'll talk about that in the days ahead. Trinity 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Running play up over the 45. It's Williamson, gets to midfield, and for a first down.
If Chartiers Valley can't come back in this one, it's going to be because of the missed tackles. Just Gardner and Williamson really have had their way once they've gotten to the second level. Even at the line of scrimmage, they've just broken way too many tackles.
13-yard run for Williamson. He's now back to 150s on the yardage. 18 carries for 155. The Hillers are going to stay in the huddle for a little bit. Now come to the line of scrimmage. 10 on the play clock. 1st and 10 at the CV 48. Gardner takes the handoff, and he's running right up the middle. 40, 30, running away from people. Owen Gardner, one man to beat. Zernecki trying to get to him, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Gardner. 48-yard touchdown scamper. And over 200 rushing yards.
Yeah, just another big run for Gardner. I mean, he hasn't even carried the ball that much, and he's over 200 yards. I mean, he just a great game, really, for a player who's had a great season.
34-18. Extra point attempt. It'll be Cooper Cincinnati. High snap. It goes all the way back out to the 30-yard line, and Cincinnati's going to gather it in on his knees, and the try fails on a bad snap. 6:12 to play in the fourth. Trinity 34, Chartiers Valley 18. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Baer Subaru. 2025 Subaru Outbacks have rates as low as 0.9 for 36 months or 1.9 up to 72 months. This is the last year for this body style as we know it. Come up and get yours today.
Financing offers for well-qualified buyers. $14.71 per $1,000 financed at 1.9% APR. $28.16 per $1,000 financed at 0.9%. Must take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 10/31/25.
BudBearSubaru.com.
Bud Bear.
At Slovenian Savings and Loan, they understand you want convenience. That's why their mobile banking app allows you to bank from anywhere, anytime. They also know there's no substitute for personal, one-on-one service from someone who cares about you and your family. Founded on honesty, integrity, and trust in 1925, and that will never change. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Slovenian Savings and Loan on Boone Avenue in Strabane. SlovenianSavingsandLoan.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Cooper Cincinnati will kick off for the Hillers, up again by 16. 6:12 to play in the ball game. Cincinnati kicks it high and short, and fair catch made at about the 23-yard line. John Paparella, a couple of score updates for you. End of 3, Upper St. Clair 43, Bethel Park 18. In the third, Fort Cherry 42, Bishop Canavan 18. CV will take over at its own 24-yard line, and they're right back where they were when they got the ball the last time, down 16 on the exchange of touchdowns and failed conversion attempts.
Just got to note that it's Owen Gardner's birthday today.
Oh,
what a birthday present this one is.
Yeah, he's given the presents. 209 rushing yards. Pass play to the right side is caught. Mike Lawrence hit behind the line of scrimmage, does spin his way back to the 24. Completion for no gain.
Get the idea of trying to, get a quick one, but there Trinity's really pressing across the board. Hard to get one quick to the line of scrimmage out in space if, they're right on you.
Final score, Elizabeth Forward handles York 55-0. Here it is 34-18, Trinity with the lead. Luke Miranda calls for the snap. Stares to his left, now has to look to his right. Pump fake to buy a little time. Now throws it back in the middle of the field. Pass is caught by Lawrence again and down at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really dangerous throw from Miranda. Across your body, really parallel. Just a couple yards forward. If that floats up any longer, Gardner's got a chance to make a play on that ball.
2 completed passes on this set to Mike Lawrence. 0 yards on the 2 combined. And now timeout, Chartiers Valley. 4:59 to play, fourth quarter. Trinity 34, Colts 18. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Hi, I'm Scott Day from the Day Insurance Agency here in Washington. When was the last time you reviewed your homeowner's policy? In recent years, the price of homeowners insurance has gone up dramatically. In fact, some companies have raised their rates by as much as 35% in the last year. If you haven't reviewed your coverage lately, now is the time. You might be surprised at how much you can save. Call us at 724-228-3448. Visit us online at dayinsurance.com or stop by one of our offices in Washington or Hickory.
Chartiers Valley after the timeout. A pass from Miranda is behind his intended target, but somehow Owen Wiegraff reaches back and grabs it and then splits 2 defenders and gets the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, all with one hand. Pass was certainly behind him. He just had to spear it with the one-hand grab.
It's 300 passing yards now for Luke Miranda. 16 on that completion. Now Miranda's pass to the left side is picked off. Return by Daniel Glass, and Glass weaving his way inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown. Third interception of the second half thrown by Luke Miranda. On the first down play and staring to the right, and a return of 49 yards by Daniel Glass, and then just did not get stopped and able to take it to the end zone.
Yeah, all the defender had to do there was read the eyes of Miranda. Glass jumps it, makes a great play on the ball, and makes a great play after the grab.
One more time on the replay there real quick. Just want to check my yardage just to be sure. 50 yards. And now Trinity is up 40-18. And did we get a Chartiers Valley timeout? And the Colts did indeed take that timeout. Comes with 4:20 to play in the fourth. And part of this, and I'm glad it didn't escalate. If you see the end of the score, Tayshawn Lewis came up as Glass was crossing the end zone and tried to chop the ball out. Glass kept it, and when he turned around, then he kind of soft spiked it right at the feet of Lewis, and neither of those plays should happen that way. If you're going to chop at the ball, you got to chop at it before the interceptor crosses the goal line. Hillers up 22, going to line up to go for 2. Williamson hands to Gardner, and the birthday boy gets a deuce. Runs it in for the 2-point conversion. 4:20 to play, fourth quarter. 42-18 Trinity. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Touchdown, Waynesburg! Ever wanted to work behind the scenes of a sports broadcast? Waynesburg University's Department of Communication gives you the opportunity to do just that. Our students produce the show, call the action, and tell the story as it happens. Or get involved in the sports information side, taking stats, PA announcing, and delivering the results to a growing sports audience. The Waynesburg University Department of Communication is waiting to hear from you. So what are you waiting for?
For more information, visit waynesburg.edu.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
End of 3 quarters. Monessen just throttling Burgettstown in that third quarter, scoring 26 unanswered points, 32-7 Monessen. Kickoff is short to be taken by Zernecki at the 33-yard line. Check that, it is Paparella, and he'll return it out to the 41. Keystone Oaks now leading Waynesburg 21-14. Waynesburg, a couple of special teams gaffes on the center holder exchange. One on a field goal, one on a punt. Survived the first, did not survive the second. 5.5 minutes left in that game. A loss would be a huge setback for the Raiders. CV with the football again, own 41-yard line. Will flip, get the ball to Weegraf, now trying to bow his way back this way, and he's going to lunge forward for about 7. All that action, and that was a pass, right? Yep.
It's a little touch pass.
Back in the old days, those were all runs, but they're not now. Running play, Lewis going right side, and he gets the first down as he crosses midfield. Lewis to the Trinity 48. Now the Colts going to go a little quicker. Fort Cherry now 49-19 up on Bishop Canavan. Running play, it's Lewis, and he is dragged down. Nice tackle by Tegan Barr.
Yeah, it looked like there was some room to run. And Lewis, if he shakes, Barr gets one of his better gains, and it didn't matter because Barr sure-handed tackle.
Gain of a yard for Lewis, 2nd down and 9. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Miranda, play fake, flushed out, throws the ball to the right side, well behind the line of scrimmage, and Weegraf trying to make people miss, and will make enough miss to get back to within the original line. Now maybe not even that far. It's going to be down at the 49-yard line. Good pressure by the Hillers, and now players shaken up. 3rd down and long coming up for Chartiers Valley. 2:44 to play 4th quarter. We're back on WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits, and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one of a kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Injured player is Weegraf, who was the receiver. Completed pass for -2 yards. Colts will come to the line, the ball marked ready for play, and the clock winds. 2:40 and counting remaining in the game. Trinity up 42-18. Little swing pass coming this way. Nice cut back by Lewis. And he's going to go down at about the Trinity 45. Gets 4. Going to bring up 4th down and about 7. Trinity Hillers have not won a section title since 1986. And they're going to be just 1 win away now. Pass across the middle is caught by Mike Lawrence. Lawrence tackled at the 40, and that's going to be short, and the ball will go over on downs.
They're spotting it at the 38 here, actually.
Oh, my.
I guess they gave him forward progress to the 38.
I guess. So that will be the first down. That's 7-yard completion. I don't know that Lawrence ever got to the 38-yard line. Now he makes the catch, gives ground, and runs the wrong way from the 30-yard line. Going to get credit to the 33. Ball at the 33. Second down and 5. Miranda dumps it off to Lawrence this way. Made a nice move inside 2 Trinity defenders, and will get a first down with that run. That completion will take the ball to the Trinity 25. That gain good for 8. Pass play to the near side is caught by Holloway. Hurdles a defender. That's not a legal play. The defender had only his 2 feet on the ground, and Holloway jumped over him. That's not a legal play in high school football. If the defender has a hand on the ground, that's different. Completion goes to the 17-yard line, so 8 yards on that completion. Running play coming up the middle and going to get a first down. Lewis carries inside the 10. It's 1st and goal.
Talked about it in, some of the other games that we've had over this season, that have gotten a little bit out of hand with the score. Just put good tape on film, put a good drive together, down scores. Just have something positive to go into the next game.
And CV will use a timeout with 50 seconds to play in the ball game. Trinity, game in hand, 42-18 over the Colts, back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You can buy and service with confidence at Calusi Chevrolet, knowing we've been in business since 1918.
With hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock, and with one of the largest commercial truck departments in the Pittsburgh area, we're sure to have exactly what you're looking for.
And with our award-winning service, parts, and collision departments, we can meet all your automotive needs.
We're easy to find, located just off I-79 at the Bridgeville South Fayette exit. Check us out online at Calusi.com.
Any insurance agent can sell you a policy. At RTI Insurance Services, we're going to sell you what you need. As a family-owned independent agency, RTI Insurance Services will provide you with multiple solutions for your personal and business coverages. We're proud to support area athletes, families, and communities, and we'd love to help you too. RTI Insurance Services in South Point. Online at trustrti.com.
After the timeout, Chartiers Valley 1st and goal with the Trinity 9-yard line. Miranda stepped up in the pocket and then threw on the move and underthrew the receiver on the near side. That was Zarnecki, incomplete, but that will stop the clock. 39 passes. There's number 40, and it's intercepted. Threw it to the end zone, and it's picked off. 4th second half interception. Chase Kostelnik with the pick.
He just lobbed it up there, looking for a jump ball to Best, and you don't throw those into double coverage in the end zone. You do that play like that will happen.
Well, CV couldn't run the ball, and then they turned it over with the 4 interceptions in the second half. And Trinity needs only to snap it once and can down it out here. Just 40 seconds to play. And there's the tap down, and the Hillers stay unbeaten in the Big Six. Trinity 42, Chartiers Valley 18, your final. We'll recap it for you from Hiller Field here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Whether in the stands or watching from home, show your team spirit with custom printing from Quality Quick. They are your local partner for vinyl banners, fan apparel, and yard signs to help celebrate your home team. Quality Quick has been a proud print supplier for local schools and boosters in the community since 1978. Don't just watch the game, be part of it. Call 724-225-9427 or visit callquick.com.
We go into individuals' homes and provide non-medical care for mainly senior citizens, but also people with disabilities.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We do stuff like bathing, grooming, meal preparation, take people to doctor's appointments. Someone needs a little bit of assistance to help them stay in their home instead of going into a facility, and we like to come in and be the people that do that for them.
Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care for your loved one in the comfort of their home. Find out more, sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
Well, first things first, let's go to our standings chart here. Trinity 3-0 atop the section all alone. We knew coming in, this is the coming in, we knew it was going to be the ideal bell curve. You were going to have one team at 3-0, one team at 0-3, and everybody else 2-1, and then 1-2 in the middle of that whole thing. So it is Trinity at 3-0, Chartiers Valley at 2-1, Thomas Jefferson at 2-1, Ringgold at 1-2, Bell Vernon at 1-2, and Laurel Highlands at 0-3. Trinity at Laurel Highlands next week. Hillers clinch a playoff spot with any win the rest of the way. That'll work.
Yeah.
Chartiers Valley and Thomas Jefferson play each other next week.
Yeah, just another really great performance here from Trinity. Really carrying over from the second half of last week's matchup against TJ. That's 6 really strong quarters of football. 2 really great wins for this program, and it sets Trinity up to win the league title for the first time in very, very long time. And it is a good team. It's a really good team. It's a team that, obviously aspirations of making a run, and I think that they have the roster to do so.
Just a quick tally of total yardage. I have Trinity with 368 yards rushing, 32 pass, exactly 400 total yards on the night. On the other side, I have CV with 59 yards on the ground, 338 passing. They had 397 yards total offense. Oh, what was the difference in the game? Muffed punt in the first half and 4 interceptions thrown in the second half.
Yeah, you're not going to survive 4 picks in a game. Certainly not in the second half of a game that you're trailing.
Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll recognize our player of the game, brought to you by Washington County College Center. That is coming up. We have another final score. Carmichael's 14, Avella 13. That has gone final. I see California leading West Green 50-0, and that may actually be a final. We'll wait and check on that here momentarily. Last word, we had Fort Cherry leading Bishop Canevin 49-19. TJ beat Ringgold 42-6, Wash High 61, Charleroi 9. Those were all finals, and Best Center 48, Mapletown 0. That was actually the first final that we got on the night. Let's go back and give you a recap. Trinity on its opening possession picked up 1 first down, then punted the ball away, but Zarnecki muffed it, and the Hillers recover. 2 plays later, Jonah Williamson scores from 5 yards out. The extra point kick started a trend, went wide left, no good, and Trinity held a 6-0 lead. Chartiers Valley answered a 63-yard, 10-play drive capped by Luke Miranda's 2-yard run. The extra point, did I mention a trend? Wide left, no good. That kick missed by Swatala, and the score stayed 6-6, 3:45 to go in the first. Trinity's ensuing possession, long run by Owen Gardner to start the possession, 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. 3 plays on the ground, got the ball to the 2, but then Cooper Cincinnati came out and booted a 24-yard field goal, put Trinity up 9-6 late first quarter. Chartiers Valley answered 72 yards in 7 plays. Miranda to Julius Best, 26 yards for the touchdown. They tried to go for 2. The pass was failed. It was well short of the mark, and CV had a 12-9 lead. That was with 8:24 to go, second quarter. Hillers turned it over. Jonah Williamson threw an interception, ill-advised pass, picked off but the Hiller defense bailed their senior quarterback out. After giving up a couple of first downs, Chartiers Valley's possession stalled out at the Trinity 25-yard line. Runs of 0, 1, and -1 brought up fourth down, an incomplete pass, and the ball went over on downs. Trinity taking over at its own 25. Jonah Williamson says, "Thanks, guys. I'll take it from here." 75-yard touchdown run to put the Hillers up 15-12. Guess where the extra point kick went? Wide left. It seemed to be the theme of the night. Hillers hold on defense. Chartiers Valley 3 plays and a punt. Trinity takes over at its own 40-yard line. Another Owen Gardner long run set things up. First and goal at the 9. And on the third play, Williamson scores from 3 yards out. Pass attempt for 2 was short, intended for Aaron Georgie. And the score stood at 21-12 Trinity as the first half came to an end. Get a final score from Dormont Stadium. Keystone Oaks 21, Waynesburg 14. That game goes final. Chartiers Valley got the ball to start the second half, trailing 21-12, and on the first possession threw an interception, the first of 4 second half picks thrown by Luke Miranda. Had only thrown 1 interception on the year in 63 attempts, and threw 4 in the second half here tonight. Hillers took over at their own 17, took 9 plays to cover the 83 yards. Williamson 11 yards scramble for the touchdown, and we had an extra point kick go between the uprights. Cooper Cincinnati boots it home. Trinity up 28-12. Another interception. Tyler Welsh got the ball for the Hillers, but Trinity stopped on downs at the Chartiers Valley 36. Colts 3 plays and a punt. Trinity punted it right back, and CV took over at its own 20 with 9 minutes to play, down 16, down 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions. The Colts move the ball, convert a 3rd down and 7, then hit a couple of 20-plus yard pass plays, one to Lewis and then the 29-yarder to Damian Holloway for the touchdown. Pass attempt for Holloway for the 2-point conversion fails, and Trinity's lead was 28-18, 7:09 to play in the fourth, still up 2 scores. But Trinity answered quickly. This time, Gardner gets the touchdown. 48-yard scamper on the second play of the possession. The extra point, though, no good. This time they didn't get the kick it. The snap went through the hands of the holder and past the kicker, and just the try failed. 34-18 Hillers. And then Dan Glass with an interception, returned 50-yard pick 6, and the run for 2 by Gardner was good, and Hillers put the margin to 42-18, which turned out to be our final score. 209 rushing yards for Gardner. I have 155 for Jonah Williamson, 18 carries for Williamson, 13 for Gardner. Gardner with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Williamson with 4 rushing touchdowns tonight. He now has 14 on the season. On the other side, Luke Miranda completed 25 passes for 338 yards, 5, 10, 15, 20. Looks like 25 of 40 for 338. A couple of touchdowns, but 4 interceptions in the game. The run game for Chartiers Valley, 59 yards total, 51 of that on 21 carries by Tayshawn Lewis. On the receiving end, I have Damian Holloway with 8 catches for 110 and a touchdown. Julius Best, 3 catches for 82 yards, and the other touchdown for Chartiers Valley. Time to recognize our player of the game, brought to you by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Set up a couple of touchdowns with long runs, a 67-yard run, a 52-yard run. Then got one of his own, 48-yard touchdown run. Our Washington County College Center CCBC Player of the Game, Trinity's Owen Gardner, 5'10", 202-pound junior. He's going to be back next year, but having himself a season. He's now over 850 rushing yards through 8 weeks. Average that out, a little over 100 yards per game, and had twice that tonight, 13 carries for 209 and a touchdown, and our player of the game nod. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network has been brought to you in part by Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care in the comfort of home. SunnyDaysInHomeCare.com. By Quality Quick Printing, your team spirit printing headquarters since 1978. Oh, it was a good year. Online, qualquick.com. By RTI Insurance Services, proud to support area athletes, families, and communities. Log on, trustrti.com. By Calusi Chevrolet, right off the Bridgeville exit of I-79. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. By Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. By Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. By Waynesburg University. Grow with us at Waynesburg University. By the Day Insurance Agency on East Maiden Street in Washington, on Main Street in Hickory, online at dayinsurance.com, celebrating more than a half-century of service. And by CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. Tonight's Trinity win over Chartiers Valley also brought to you in part by Slovenian Savings and Loan, big enough to serve, small enough to care. By Bud Bear GMC Buick and Bud Bear Subaru on Route 19 South in Washington, home of the Bud Bear Cares Rewards Program. By Washington County Human Services, take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. By Freedom Transit, take the bus, skip the hassle. Log on freedom-transit.org for details. By the Chambers Insurance Agency, your third-generation independent insurance agency in downtown Washington. Online, chambersinsurance.com. By Curtis Pharmacy in Washington, Claysville, Connellsville, Carmichaels, and online at curtispharmacy.com. By First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, people you know, people you can trust. And by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. Our weekend's NFL coverage starts tomorrow morning at 7 with our Westwood One NFL features, NFL preview, insider, and fantasy forecast, all on WJPA AM. It's homecoming weekend at Washington and Jefferson College. The Presidents host Westminster, the last two unbeatens in the PAC. Presidents football preview airs at 1:30 with kickoff at 2 on WJPA AM and online. Steelers return from the bye week, hosting Cleveland, airtime 12 noon on WJPA AM on Sunday. We'll also have the Lions and Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, Bears and Commanders on Monday night. Our high school coverage next week will likely include Chartiers Houston at Cornell with a 1A Black Hills playoff spot on the line, and Avella heading to Jefferson Morgan with a chance for the Eagles to stick their nose into third place and an automatic berth into the 1A playoffs as well. We will make those decisions firm over the weekend and post those matchups as soon as they are finalized. Our thanks to head coaches Steve Spence, Dan Canals, to acting athletic director Paul Kostelnik, assistant athletic director Casey Alderson, and the entire crew here at Trinity. From our partner Jack Sacco, floor director Jason Tennant, Brett Gambita and Joey Cipoletti on camera, Bill Chapo and Sid Vicious producing in our downtown Washington studios. Thanks so much for being with us. From Hiller Field here in North Franklin Township, I'm Bob Gregg. Your final score, Trinity 42, Chartiers Valley 18. This has been a presentation of the WJPA Sports Network.